today's program. So today with us, Dr. Bajwa from Punjab Agriculture University, Ludhiana is with us. So he will discuss something about role of ICT in Skill India mission, and the session will be you can see the website live on the internet, and if you want, you can also connect yourself at your PC or at your laptop over there, and he will tell you how you can use that ICT facility in skill development mission. So over to Dr. Bajwa.
Good morning, everyone, at all the centers. Myself, Dr. H.S. Bajwa from Punjab Agriculture University, Ludhiana. Sir, display होगा तो ये okay, ये जा रहा है. Okay. You can see my address, my contact number. Okay, to see. You can see my contact number and my email as well. You can contact me later on. You can note it down. So I will discuss, since your course is on ICT. So this skill, you can say work, skill, India, whatsoever you call it, Prime Minister Kaushal Vikas Yojana or training centers, how we can make use of IT in this system, you can say. Actually, whole Skill India work is IT based. So I have given the, you can say, title single Windows IT application called SMART. SMART is an abbreviation. So it stands for, next please. Okay, यही से कर लो. So we can call SMART is an abbreviation. What? It is skill management and accreditation of training centers. So some of you may have to start skill training courses. I am from a university located in Punjab at Ludhiana. We also running, you can say, training courses on different aspects related to agriculture engineering, veterinary science, home science. So, but this skill, when we have launched, or Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji have launched this SMART system. So we have to link up with this. How to link up with this? You may be running already training courses. You may have an excellent training centers like this NITR or other training centers at different places. But we have to, you can say, club with, equate with, interact with the skill system. So how we can interact? How to have accreditation of the training center? Your centers may be already affiliated with your respective councils, maybe with your what they call AICTT or UGC, or maybe with for example ICR, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, or Indian Council of Medical Research, all streams. So they have put all in this system. How to link up with this system? Whether you're already a technical training courses, you have technical staff, scientists over there, lab staffs over there, labs in your classrooms. So SMART is an information technology initiative to synergize the efforts of all the stakeholders in the skill ecosystem. What is it meant for? So who are the stakeholders in this SMART? We can say number one is a training center who is organizing a training. Number two, you can call trainees for whom this course is being organized. Number three, sponsoring agencies. Number five, public at large. Since the system is transparent, nothing is that is not visible to the trainee, whosoever has to come to any center of any, you can say, stream of any sector skill council. Before coming over here, he will have an eye view, okay, where I am going, what facilities are there. So it is a transparent system, you can say, available to the public at large, to the trainees who are to coming to you, to the trainers who have to seek employment. it will be also available to them. What facilities do you have? So this is information technology initiative. Thus the word is going digital. So this is IT based initiative of the Ministry of you can say what we call MSDE, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, as well as you can say National Skill Development Corporation, which is a body of public-private partnership. Whole this skill system, skill ecosystem you call, it is to encourage you can say private participation in skill development and trainings. So it is a level playing field. Maybe as I am, you can say from an government department, this NITR is a government department. At the same time, large scale of engineering colleges have come up. They are running degree streams. Now they can also switch over to the skill system, but they will have to go through this SMART as well. So it is available for all stakeholders. So this is a single window application that focuses on accreditation, efficiency, and continuous monitoring of the training centers. Before you link up, before you start any training at your place, at your location, the training center maybe you can say 10 years old, 20 years old, irrespective of what you are doing. You will have to, you can say before launching any skill courses, you will have to seek accreditation, affiliation, and continuous monitoring of the training center is through SMART, skill management and accreditation of training centers. So this, what is more purpose of that? Enabling training providers to have a single front end portal. It is a portal interface across multiple skill consoles and schemes. As you know, I told you earlier, we have already been conducting courses for more than 3 decades at the university. We were, for example, since many of you might be knowing, I will show you in the net as well. We have 34 sector skill consoles. What was previously there? If you have to run courses of a particular sector skill console, you would have to seek their affiliation. And if you have to seek affiliation from another console, you had to apply separate to that console as well. We have achieved, you can say, taken affiliation from 2 sector skill consoles. For example, agriculture skill console, food processing skill console, what is known as food industry and capacity skill initiative. But what is now, it is a port, SMART is a portal where you don't have to apply separately to every skill console. This is a system, this is IT initiative, you can say system, where you can seek accreditation as a whole for all the sector skill consoles and all the schemes of the Government of India. Maybe Prime Minister Kaushal Vikas Yojana, maybe National Horticulture Mission, maybe it's related to your health mission, maybe related to Council of Technical Education. All government wishes that all training, human resource development, where funding is from the government side, or is to make a level, you can say in the national and international arena as well. It should be through the you can say SMART portal, and this funding will be available to all training organizers, training partners, training centers, whosoever will have the accreditation and affiliation through the SMART portal. It is an initiative of the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship as well as National Skill Development Corporation. So first we will discuss what is accreditation. Accreditation is a quality assurance process for evaluation of the required parameters of the training centers. What is quality assurance? Before granting accreditation, you can say allow granting permission to any training center to conduct skill development courses. It is a system, inbuilt system, where you can assess its capability of the you can say capability to organize such training courses. It is a quality assurance where we will have all the details of the trainers there, their qualification, their experience, their capability, their you can say, have they gone any training of trainers organized? Are they well equipped with the system? Previously, we were organizing very domain specific courses. Now, these skill courses are also domain specific, but broadly, they have to make the person capable of living a better life. We have to raise their quality of life. We have to make them, you can say, capable of earning more or higher, and at the same time making them better human beings to serve as a society. They are not isolated from this society. They are not commodities. They are persons living in society. So overall purpose is to make better society, and the whosoever comes to you is a part of the society. So it is a quality assurance process where we evaluation of the required parameters. The required parameters are: do the training center have a you can say classroom worth calling it a classroom? Do they have labs? What are their facilities available? What equipment they have? What how many you can say, for example, you are running a course on IT. Do you have a IT lab? Do you have a classroom for IT, you can say, running center? Do they have CCTV cameras? Do they have biometric attendance, Aadhaar based biometric attendance? So all these parameters will be assessed from your online application, will be, you can say, assessed by the team based at the, you can say, Delhi or headquarter. They will give you reply online that these restrictions are there. Or even before you can apply, you can see yourself, there's a standard grading matrix. Where do you stand? Or if you want to apply right now, or you want to apply 6 months later, that is very well defined. What type of classroom you should have, what type of labs you should have, what type of trainers you should have, where your center should be located, what facilities it should have, what lodging facilities it should have. Everything is clearly well defined in the, you can say, portal. So you can see and have a copy of the portal, save copy, and you can say view it later and make arrangements accordingly. It is to ensure that the trainees are provided quality training. The purpose is to have a better system. So that is there is not that people may be coming at any time. So Aadhaar based enabling system, I told you, whenever your training will be started, the trainees will be making their attendance through Aadhaar based enabling system. So attendance will be recorded at Delhi, right at, you can say, it is 10:10 now. It will be known through the IT system how many trainees at one center have come and who is delivering lecture, what type of lecture is going. Is it going smooth as per schedule, or is there is deviation? It will be monitored through the, you can say, controlling system. So it is a accreditation to ensure quality system. Accreditation, I told you, it is applicable in all schemes, in all sector skill councils, and affiliation is also a method for the training center to get formally associated to the sector skill council. As I told you earlier, previously there were only separate, you can say, affiliation with the sector skill councils. It is formally associated with the sector. You can associate your training center with multiple sector skill councils. At the same time, you can have affiliation with the, I will show you the list of the 34 sector skill councils are there. Here, many of them are related to your specialization in engineering. So broadly, again, those sector skill councils show their job roles on what type of training you can choose from. And from there, again, for a particular job role, they have well defined what should be the classroom of that for job role, and what should be the trainer qualification of that job role, what should be the lab size of that room. So that will be efficient with for the sector skill council in order to impart training to the trainees for specific job roles aligned to the national skill qualification framework. So NSQF, you can say, based trainings are enlisted by the sector skill councils for physician. Accreditation and affiliation are mandatory steps to execute any training program. As I told you earlier, so these are, you cannot conduct any training course without getting your center accredited as well as affiliated to any one or more than one sector skill councils. And in the when you will get yourself, you can say, center accredited or affiliated, you will have to define specific particular job roles from selected from that list, and only then you can conduct those courses. Then there is a continuous monitoring. One is accreditation, another is affiliation, and third is continuous monitoring. So continuous monitoring is considered crucial for efficient delivery of the trainings for all the skill development schemes. May be related to PMKVY, may be related to any other sector skill council funded by the government, proposed by the ministries. So it is to regularly assess effectiveness of the various processes at the training center. So all things will be center grading outcome of continuous monitoring. As previously, simple affiliation was required. Suppose you have a center, you have to seek affiliation from any skill sector skill council. That was sufficient. Now they have introduced the concept of grading. Your center can be 5-star, your center can be 4-star, your center can be 3-star. So based on your feedback or whatsoever you feed online to the accreditation center authority, you can call, where they will assess where do you stand. That will be based on the facilities you have, that resources you have, effectiveness, how effective grading will depend. So the trainee, before coming to your center, instead of going through all the you can say activities, what facilities you have, your star rating will tell it is a 5-star. 5-star means everything is excellent there. You can go blindly there. Trainee can go blindly there. It will have the best facilities. If it is 4-star, facilities will be lesser. So it is a, you can say, system and based, where you can continuously monitor the system. So I think this was the broadly I wanted to tell you. So we will have a discussion on the website through you have in madam website the one क्या करना
सर नीचे देखो नीचे नीचे वो एस्केप कर दीजिए इसको
है
एस्केप कर दीजिए इसको
ये वाला ओके
हाँ जी अब वो नीचे आ रहे हैं
ओके नीचे देगा
मॉजिला में खोल
यस
कल लौटे तो बात करेंगे
नीचे से नीचे खुला होगा ना मॉजिला में
ओके ओके
आइए
yes. So I have opened a website. As I told you earlier, you can I mean for opening this website, I will tell you www smart 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 NSDC. You can see. Have you opened the website, madam? Can we contact confirm them that have them able to?
BVIT Jalandhar. क्या? Can you able to see the website? BVIT Jalandhar. Any of the center?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Sir, visible है.
Yes. So you can either see this website or you can open the website at your own place. That to be you can say web address is www.smartnsdc.org. You kind write and open the website. We will formally discuss how to go about it. On the home page, you will see there is a beta disclaimer. You simply click the I acknowledge. So before proceeding to add part, you will see on the, you can say, new user, register as training provider, login as training provider, login as training center, download Android application. So how to proceed with it, how to go about that? So if I will tell you step by step, you can see first click login as training provider. We have to register as a training provider. If you want to, you can say, get your center registered, accredited, affiliated. So click the login as a training provider. So since we have not gotten your center, I will tell you how to go about that. New user, register as training provider. What is written there? Register as training provider. Please note that accreditation affiliation awarded to a training center does not make it eligible for PMKVY targets. Again, before you begin register as a training provider, it is mentioned that before, be sure that even if you do all that is required, you will not be automatically become eligible for the targets by the Government of India. The information you feed in the training provider registration form should be complete and correct in all respects. Post the submission form, it will be reviewed by SMART team. You will be given time to complete the deficiencies in the form, if any. Please note that the payment made by you will not be refunded. It is your responsibility. You cannot claim that this was not known to me earlier, because everything is transparent. You have to be, you can say, 100% sure, double sure that I am eligible to get accredited as well as affiliated. So it is, please ensure that you have uninterrupted internet connection while you are filling this online application. Ensure that the system does not get bogged down. You will need to upload certain documents as proof of the data provided. So documents are required. Before you start upload, you can say, filling the form, make available soft copies, hard copies, since you have to file. Please ensure that the soft copies of the following documents are ready available to you. Certificate of incorporation or registration of your organization. That is your funded government body or a private body. When it was incorporated, registered, proof of the annual turnover of your organization for the financial year 13-14, 14-15, 15-16, chartered accountant certificate for these years. PAN number of your organization, TAN number of your organization, taxpayer identification number of your organization, address proof of your organization, registered head office, certificate, telephone bill, electricity bill, service tax registration. You will need to make the online payment of they had defined 10,000 previously, but it is a continuous process. They keep on making modifications. No fees has been, you can say, waived for the government organizations. It was 10,000 previously. Now they have government agencies, your government departments had not to make any payment. But please ensure that you have details of the credit card, debit card, net banking ready with you. So it may take a week, it may take 2 weeks, it may take a month for you. You have to see before going through, you can say, making the application. You have to ensure you can take its print, you can take its hard copy, make a separate file and keep on adding certificate of incorporation, proof of the annual turnover, PAN, TAN, address proof, online payment, the credit card, etc. When you are ready with this all, then you proceed to registration form. Again, they have cautioned you. All attachments are properly uploaded and you can see them. Have you matched your organization with the proof attached? Have you verified your annual turnover? Certificate of incorporation? Have you verified your address details? Have you read the skill ecosystem guidelines thoroughly? Before proceeding further, you have to agree everything. Then you click the I agree or I have gone through these. I have all documents ready with me. I can upload them. If you are ready for this, then proceed further. I will mention ready. Then how I will tell you step by step how you are, for example, name of the training provider. You have to fill. For example, you write your own, you can say, organization. For example, mine organization, Punjab Agricultural University. So do have to some you can some where you have to write, and some places you have to choose from the drop down boxes. For example, next type is name of the training provider. You have to name with the certificate incorporation. It should be, you have everything is, I told you, well defined. For example, type of training provider, what type of organization you have. If you scroll down, it will be a company, it will be can be a firm, it can be a society, it can be proprietorship or government institute. For example, ours is a government institute. I click government institute, so it will come automatically. Then you have main business background of the training provider. You can whether your institute is purely training center organization, or for example this NITR has also teaching work, has also research work, has also training part. For this is a multiple function institute. So you can say, for example, if I talk about my university, it is research oriented, RESEAR research, teaching, and training. So these are the main business of the research, teaching, and research is doing new varieties, new evolving. Teaching means teaching undergraduate, postgraduate courses. Training means imparting training as you are going through your this Skill India course training pipe. So main business of the organization. So past experience skill. For example, you have to take care. This is new training provider or existing training provider. For example, or the existing training provider, you put it here. Current of status of operation, where the you conduct trainings at the state level, at the regional level, at zonal level, at country level. So you have to choose. For example, from these KMP. For example, ours is a Punjab. I will click Punjab. So you have selected Punjab. You can select more than one. Okay. You can select pan India, you can select a particular state, you can select your own state. So it all depends on you. Before submitting, you can make changes as well. After that, past training experience. In which sector you have experience? For example, university has experience in agriculture sector. So you have clicked agriculture. So again, there is a list of the, you can say, sector skill councils. For example, apparel, made up and home furnishing is also related to sewing machine. And for example, agriculture university has also a home science college. So our institute is also, you can say, do trainings on the automobile. For example, apparel, you can select automobile, you can select BFSI, construction, domestic workers, electronics, food processing, furniture and fitting, gems and jewelry, green jobs, handicrafts, carpet, healthcare, infrastructure equipment, iron and steel, IT enabled services, life sciences, leather, logistic, media, entertainment, mining, paint, any, you can say, it is for you to select. When you have filled all this, then you carry on with the next. So you can, I will not fill the whole form for you, because again you have to give contact person detail, name of the your head of the organization is to be filled there. What is most important is name of the single point of contact. Single point of contact is a person with whom affiliation agencies, and all outside agencies will make contact. So this has to be a nodal officer, you can say. Single point of contact is a nodal officer. His name, his email, his mobile number has to be filled, landline number, and of the organization, sector skill council, or your own organization. So I will not fill the whole form, but I will give you detail how it proceeds. Then you have to make the file. Then you have to financial details, year of incorporation, certificate for incorporation. You have to upload the files. PAN number, I've told you earlier, PAN number, TIN number, and you have to add your proof as well. When these are added, then you have to go the next. Address system, where your training center is located. Address line 1, state you address line 2. Again, where you have to select drop down से आप किस स्टेट में लोकेटेड है आपका, you can select from there. फॉर एग्जाम्पल पंजाब हुआ, हमारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट किसमें है. जब when you will open particular state, all its district will come. It is system, built up system. You are already IT persons, you might be knowing more than me. So it is a, well, I told you, online system has become transparent. For example, we want to add Ludhiana here. So it is selected, sub tehsil, so keep on going. Pin code, as example, I just giving you the information. Again, experience in skilling. What type of experience in the previous years you have on the trainings? For example, total number of trainees trained, whether it is government funded, sponsored training, corporate social responsibility. It was funded by whom? Or self-paid, or the government funded organizations. The training centers are provided funding by the government. It is normally awareness camps, awareness making the public in general, or some particular job oriented courses are funded by the government to promote. For example, in horticulture we have trainings on gardener courses, so these are government funded. How many trainings the institute which wants to get itself accredited have organized? Number of trainings in 13 14, 14 15, 15 16. Government funded, how many you have organized? Social responsibility, how many you have? Self paid you have. And in those trainings, what was the number of trainings? So they have to fill all those number of trainings year wise, number of trainings. And not only that, how many, if there was a job oriented trainings, how many of them have been placed in jobs? Total number of trainings placed, how many, your effectiveness of the training the institute has imparted, how many have got placed? Recognition and awards. Recognition and award, you have to add files there. Brief, recognition and awards. The award is they have defined print media, online media, so you have award. And then you have to fill the next. In the this next page you will find you have given journal details, contact person details, financial details, address, skilling, experience. These are all the parts of accreditation forms, you can say. Journal detail, contact person, financial, address, skilling experience, and then we have to submit this form online. Again, you are making a declaration. This is as we used to give affidavit. It is an affidavit by the institute. The applicant entity registering as to shall ensure the veracity of the information being provided through this form. It is stated by the applicant entity that the applicant entity has never been blacklisted or suspended by the Government of India or any state government or by any its agencies. It is be it registered or autonomous. In case of information given here is found to be incorrect, misrepresented, or misleading in any respect, National Skill Development Corporation shall have the right to initiate appropriate legal proceedings against the applicant entity and its directors, proprietors. In such cases, the applicant entity agrees to indemnify NSD and its directors, officers of the same. So, whatsoever information you have provided, given to the you can say NSDC, it we are ensuring, we are certifying that is incorrect. Then you will make it yes, I agree. Then you will have to give the, as in banking transactions, you can sometimes get OTP, or they have given a you can say CAPTCHA here. You have to 7, for example, 7 CV or T. You have to, and then you have to submit. Now, what is written there? You must enter a value in the following tables. Please enter address line 1, address line 2, enter PIN code, name of this you. All things have been not added. So form is itself, you can say, responding to what so you are required. So fill all these forms and then you will be able to go ahead. So we can, since we are doing a dummy, I can skip it and move forward to your procedure. Okay, what we have to do, how we have to go about it. So in the smart portal, they have mentioned that what is smart, about smart they have given, about accreditation they have given. You can see, you can click it. That is what I told you. Center accreditation is there. What is about center accreditation. Why get accredited? Accreditation standards. So everything is well defined. What is?
Sir, I have a query.
Yes, yes.
Sir, in the detail given for the number of trainings,
Yes, yes.
ours is a polytechnic institute.
Yes, yes.
So, are we going to give the list of trainings for polytechnic or for the other courses we are running for CDTB or something?
It depends for what you want your training center accredited or registered. So you have to give trainings related to that aspect. For example, your polytechnic, you particular trade, particular you can say liking for what you want your center accredited. So related to that, you will have to give the number of trainings conducted over the last 3 years. You can say how many trainings were there. Were they government employees to came to refresh their knowledge or to learn their experience, or was it a job oriented related to job? And how many trainees out of that batch, every batch have got actually you can say laced or have got employment or got their pay enhanced. Effectiveness of that training can be an indicator of that. How was your indicator? So this is, it was not previously there. As I told you from my background, we have been conducting trainings for the last 20 years. We have been saying we have Krishi Vigyan Kendras in Punjab. So for example, their main job role is providing training to farmers, for women, and the in-service personnel. We categorize them as 2-3 in ways. For example, for farmers, for women, and for in-service extension personnel. Purpose is same, to refresh their knowledge. And again, you can say again job-wise for women, on what aspects these were conducted. For example, you can say embroidery, we can give year-wise. In other, you can say bakery making, how many there. But no one ever asked how many have got their, you can say, job after getting training. Now it is a mandatory. You have to show that has it been of any use to them? Have they been able to get employment based on your training, or have they been able to raise their income? Have they been skilled so much that they are you could say thank you, so that will be monitoring. In the website, on the home page, there is a knowledge bank. You can click it, guide, and whatsoever I have discussed, you can see guidelines. It is highly recommended to read guidelines for accreditation, allocation, and continuous monitoring of training centers for skills ecosystem first before applying for the accreditation of the centers. So it is a, you can say, hard work, hard job, not a so simple a job. You can click it, download it, save your copy, make it, you will say it has 54 pages. Guidelines for center accreditation, allocation, continuous monitoring for skill system. For example, I have got it. I wanted to show them. I have the page you are seeing in the website. I have got it. You can take its hard copy. You can make it print, get it bound. I have got it bound. Go through it critically. Make your center effective. How you have to go about this. All these things are available online. You can have its copy, hard copy, and again about it. I will go through making you available. Not only this, we will discuss more. Accreditation standards. Again, it is commonly accreditation standards for grading metrics. As I told you, grading is based on the accreditation standards. They have metrics there. Accreditation standard के common standards, classroom area, capacity of classroom for each classroom, total carpet area, capacity of the classroom, internal number of the batches, you can say labs, all these are the parameters based on which grading of the center will be defined. So you can make your grading based on this matrix yourself, that you fall in 5-star, you fall in 4-star or 3-star. So it is available online. You can take its print. So they have defined in two sections, part A and part B. In part A, all the, you can say, part A is compulsory. Before you get accredited or conditional accredited, you have to fulfill these criteria. While in part B, they can relax for 6 months. You can be given conditional accredited. So you will given for 6 months, and you will have to fulfill those criteria within 6 months. For example, you don't have CCTV cameras, you can be given 6 months. You don't have, you can say, Aadhaar based biometric system, you can be given some time. Again, after that, you will be given. So based on this, if you have 85 to 100% marks between the percentage of, you will be given 5-star. If you have 70 to 84, 4-star. If you have facilities between 55 and 69, 3-star. So based on the grading system or grading A, B, C, any training, any outside agencies can immediately think what standards, thus quality parameter this center is following. If it is 5-star, any scheme of Government of India or private or even, you can say, national, international, is a rating, as the rating is of you call hotels or other institutes. It is a accreditation. Based on that, you will get all the facilities of the trainings. I will keep you defining. Then as I told you, it is a IT application based online filling of application. Since I told you in earlier also, registration training provider, before registering as a training provider, you have to meet certain conditions. Ensure your training center, all those documents are with you, soft copies are available with you, maybe certificate of incorporation, PAN number, TAN number, TIN number, and training experience. Again, in addition to that, we have a blank form as well, but details are required there. But when you are actually applying for accreditation, you have to fill online application. It is mentioned there, download the static center accreditation and application form required before you start filling the form. Please use only the online form to apply for accreditation. And this is a, you can say, classroom. As I told you already, we have fixed, you can say, all sector skill councils have fixed classroom size, equipment size, trainer specification for a particular job role. So you can see before applying for any job role, that does your center fulfill their classroom facilities, lab facilities, trainer specification. For example, there is a guideline for accreditation, affiliation, continuous monitoring, accreditation standard metrics, center application form, sector skill council job role wise equipment list. For example, I show you this. It will take some time because there's a, you can say, all the 34 sector skills councils are in this format. All their job roles are in this list. So it is around 1500 paper document. It will take some time. So again, you can see before applying for, Does your center have all those facilities which the government wishes, which the accreditation center wishes? Again, you can add those. It's for you to decide when you apply for center. As I told you, it has 15, 1410. For example, one first column is SSC. SSC means Sector Skill Council. Which Sector Skill Council you are one? Second is QP code. Again, they have a qualification code for a particular job role. That is name of the job role. Then is NSQF. What NSQF level it has? Again, as I told you, this website is for the equipment detail. For example, if we take agriculture, because this is based alphabetically, agriculture comes first, so there all job roles will be in this. For example, for I take to gardener, for example, I take NSQ level is 4. Equipment is still kurpa, weeder, slide sheeter, broom you should have. Again, there is given minimum number of equipment required for a batch of 30 trainings. You can start training with 10 people, 10 persons, 10 trainings. Maximum class size is 30. And for a maximum batch of 30, it is defined number of equipment you should have before starting courses. If, for example, you have to stay at a gardener, you should have 2, you can say, spade, kasi, khurpi. Everything is well defined. In this, is this mandatory equipment to be available at the training? It is mentioned yes or no. If it is mandatory, you will have to have that. So it is transparent. I have told you already. Accreditation form, transparent, IT enabled. Everything is available online. You can see before applying for that and make your, you can say, center well equipped. Again, when you have to fill, you have to mention all these details, equipment number wise. And in the lab itself, you have to take photos, and then inspection team will come from the accreditation team. They will physically inspect those things. If these are not matching, your center cannot be accredited. And without accreditation and affiliation, you cannot start trainings. You have to be given targets by the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana or Sector Skill Council. You have to get accredited. So this was all about, you can say, any, for example, agriculture, I show you, just go through it. So there is not one, for example, now apparel, made up and home furnishing skill council has come. Its detail of equipment has come. Its QPs have come. So what are the others? For example, I just show you one more. This is all apparel. You can select sector skill council of your later job, of your, you can say, choice, and see their equipment list. Again, this has many courses. So that is what I told you. It has 1400 pages. Textile industry is a big industry itself, so they have made a big list. We have chosen 2 job roles from this sector. We call it as a self-employed tailor and hand embroider. So you can select rated your choice or expertise available. Just to show them that they have defined qualification pack code, equipment name, minimum number for a batch of 30 persons, what you should have, training center should have before applying that. We can go to another detail. For example, we have discussed sector skill councils and job role wise equipment detail. Again, they have a sector skill councils and job role wise trainer qualification criteria. If you want to start any job training, what should be the minimum qualification or what should be their experience? For example, as I told you earlier, we have opened sector skill council and their equipment list. Now we have opened sector skill councils and job role wise trainers profile. For example, we have opened agriculture. In that, job role is animal health worker. NSQ level is 3. What should be the minimum educational qualification of the trainer? He should be MVSC with 0 experience, or if he is BVSC, he should have 1 year experience, or if he is BTech dairy technology, he should have 1 year experience. If he is simple BSc, not MVSC or BVSC, he should have 3 year experience. And if he is diploma holder, he should have 5 year experience. So wide range has been, options have been given. Diploma holders are also eligible for trainer, but he should have 5 year experience.
This experience has to be in the relevant field of the
Yes. BVSC itself indicates Bachelor of Veterinary Science. So if BVSC degree itself, moreover, they have defined BVSC BTech dairy with 1 year experience, BSc agriculture with 3 year experience. Further, in the last column, remarks, brief, description of the desired trainer. If you see in the last column, you see diploma holder, MVSc diploma in veterinary science, not diploma in polytechnic, will not be eligible for to be a trainer in agriculture. It has to be diploma in veterinary and veterinary with 5 year work experience. So field is wide open, wide clear, defined on the website. So you have to see, does your center qualify based on this? You have to assess based on this. Your center has to be given grading based on this. Everything is online available. You have to apply online. Your center has to apply online. Then the inspection team will come. Physical verify. I will tell you again more and more. Then there is a classification of classrooms. That is most interesting. As agriculture is alphabetically given, agriculture comes first. For example, we have discussed what type of trainers should be for gardeners, animal health work, all job roles. Then they have defined classroom and lab area specification. For example, we have a, you can say, renowned university in the country as agriculture university. We have been working for the last 60 years. We have celebrated our Golden Jubilee a decade ago. But when we see this criteria, or we have opened Krishi Vigyan Kendras, even many of them does not qualify for this, for job roles. They are well defined. And even if, as we are doing already, for example, we have one classroom, we use it for multiple job roles. So you have to apply online. When you apply online, you have to specify classroom. You have to give the number. Classrooms, you have 2 classrooms. You have to name them classroom number 1, classroom number 2. Similarly, if you have 3 labs, you have to give lab number 1 and lab number 2. Again, when you have chosen particular job role, that particular job role class will be held in which classroom? If I am supposed to have 2 classrooms or 3 classrooms, you have to define classroom 1 will be held for this job role, classroom 2 will be held for this row, class 3 will be held for this row. And again, you have to specify how many batches per day. You can hold one batch in the foreroom. You have hold one batch in the classroom. You have to define. And when the inspection team will come, it will be seen that which class is being held in which classroom for which job. Have you defined that? I told you earlier. Accreditation is for continuous monitoring as well. Standard is not a static. Accreditation is not that once given, it will hold valid for 20 years. It is valid for 1 year. If you hold get accredited for 4-star, 5-star, 3-star, get accredited next year as well. Get official next year as well. And as to apply online, you have to given the feedback earlier. You have to update it. Which trainings you have conducted in this organ? As I told you, you have to, for example, apply in 2017. You have to given trainings of conducting 13-14, 14-15, 15-16, and next year 13-14 will be no more relevant required. The last 3-year trainings will be required there. So it is a continuous process. You have, when you apply, you have to, I told you, online application is available. So again, you have to give their photographs as well. There's Android application. You will get login. I told you the person details, head of the institution, principals, director, and name of the single point of contact, what they call SPO. That is, they will get your password there. And you have to click photos with mobile of the classrooms as well as labs, and give them number and upload in this smart application. And when the team will come, they will check it, cross check it. Has it gone that way? Is it going that way? If it's continuous monitoring, whatsoever you have mentioned, are you adhering to that? So this was about job role wise classroom and lab specification. For example, you have defined a minimum lab size or square feet for a batch of 30 students. Minimum classroom size, lab size, as well as class use. Number 1, SSC Sector Skill Council. If you see the table, first is Sector Skill Council. Number is the name of the QP, qualification pad, NSQF level, QP code इसका क्या है? Minimum batch 10. I told you, you cannot start any training with a batch of less than 10%. And maximum batch size is 30. Then they have defined minimum lab size. It should be 150 square meter. You cannot accredit any job role if you don't have a lab less of this size. Again, there is a remarks. Storeroom is required, but demonstration will be done in the field. Last is minimum classroom size. Classroom size is 200 centimeter. Dimensions, length, breadth can vary. 200 square feet area has been defined. As I told you earlier, we have Krishi Vigyan Kendras. We have classes, but these are not earlier institutes were not clear about them. What size should we have for the lab or the classroom? Now it is defined job role wise. So this is facilities available. Not only this, I to make you aware of, familiar with the. As I told you, we have everything is available online. For example, final job list for ओके कर दो मैडम, ओपन में ठीक है,
ओपन कर दीजिए सर।
ओके कर दो। है जी, हाँ इज ओपन नो। So again, I told you, in every sector skill council has put certain job roles in Prime Minister Kaushal Vikas Yojana.
कर्सर यूज करो, मतलब उधर कुछ शो करने में
Okay, okay. So it will be available. Yes. Yes. So, for example, this agriculture. SSC means Sector Skill Council. For example, in Sector Skill Council agriculture, 10 job roles are for PMKVY. PMKVY is job roles, you can say, taken from every Sector Skill Council, which are in demand, which have a shortage of the skilled manforce. And to encourage trainings in those job roles, we have given the title of Prime Minister Kaushal Vikas Yojana. Given government has emphasized or want to promote or skilled persons skilled in those job roles, and there are also given you can say incentive attractions, as you can say, for boarding, lodging, for other facilities. So these are the job roles for the job. For example, tourism and hospitality. You can select travel consultant. Stay. Everything is well defined. So, trainer specification. Knowledge bank. Again, to fill that form, there is also a user manual. As I told you earlier, I have also got it downloaded from the website and got it printed. I just show you. मेरे पास थोड़ा फोकस करेगा. Just to you see the user manual is there. I have got it downloaded and got it printed. To read it thoroughly before applying center, you are to give it a tail. Everything is well defined in this. You can study it at your leisure, in your way, your home, in your office. If you don't have a net, when you have net, get it saved copy, get it in your pen drive, get it printed, and read it thoroughly. Thank you. There is also help tutorial. There is given, as I showed you, this user manual. I show you that how many. So this is user manual. Sorry, the user manual. Help tutorial. Knowledge bank. Equipment specification, classroom classifications, final job roles, trainers classification. Knowledge.
काफी बार में तो खुशी नहीं बैठ रहे हैं। वो उन्हें खत्म हो जाएगा, निकाल लेंगे।
ये क्वेश्चन कर लिए कि बात ही करने होना जॉन
क्वेश्चन दे दीजिए,
है जी
क्वेश्चन दे दीजिए।
ले ना okay you can ask them to have questions now the session is open for questions please I have given you
PIT Jalandhar, so do you have any query, ma'am?
No, ma'am. Thank you so much. It was a nice session. No queries from this side. No queries, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
good morning
I am from Bundelkhand Institute of Engineering and Technology, Jhansi.
okay
Sir, I have a question regarding whatever may be the schemes, maybe it is Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, maybe it is some other scheme. Suppose if it is under NSQF, some level 1, level 2, level 3. So, irrespective of the scheme, the job role norms are same or these are different depending upon the schemes.
what's that click repeat the question please
Suppose if schemes are different, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojanas and some other schemes are there, but
Right.
they are falling under certain NSQF.
let it be clear let it be clear madam I tell you
Categories.
job,
Then the
job
job role responsibilities or the job role criteria or the job role norms are same or different. Are they dependent upon the scheme or are they dependent upon the NSQF level?
okay I tell you job rules are well defined they are the same what is Prime Minister Kaushal Vikas Yojana every sector skill is it okay mic
Hello.
yes madam job roles are the same please they are
सर
no,
जैसे मैं ये पूछना चाह रही थी जैसे हम लोग हेलो
मैं बताता हूँ job roles are well defined by sector skill councils job roles from Prime Minister Kaushal Vikas Yojana or other schemes may take up their these job roles they can choose from these roles or it can be sponsored by separate job roles you cannot the same job role can be a different part two schemes. Is it clear? Hello?
हाँ जी सर.
Madam, sector skill councils have defined job roles along with NSQF level. They are the same for the particular job role. Whether Prime Minister Kaushal Vikas Yojana or other some department has to take job roles from those organizations. If they want, there is a provision of a, you can say Prime Minister Kaushal Vikas Yojana, short-term trainings, you can say recognition of prior learning and special projects. There is some department if want to conduct trainings or get trainings conducted from your organization, from your training center, it will have to be conducted through special projects. They will have to get approval for those projects. So there is a separate scheme under this, you can say PMKVY. Special projects, you can say categories also there. One is short-term training for the specific, you can say job roles identified their respective skill council. And another time is recognition of prior learning. For example, one person is not fulfilling the education qualification criteria, but he's already doing their job for 20 years. So the training center can give him the certification of recognition of prior learning. The purpose are to recognize what either to create skilled forces or give recognition to the already skilled workers. So that will be adding, you can say, status to his the worker that I am a certified. He will be also given PMKVY certificate by Government of India, although he does not fulfill the education qualification criteria. So third category is special projects. If you want to conduct some training which is neither in sector skill council qualification job role or other PMKVY already out of those sectors, you can submit, or the sponsoring agency will have to submit to the PMKVY cell. So you can get that also good. But it's a long run project. We have, as for example, you can say in particular sector skill council at the earlier level, we have a defined, identified certain job roles. But agroclimatic variations over a country size of India is many, very high, like diverse country, culturally diverse, climatically diverse. So we want 10 type of, you can say, job roles specific to Punjab. So we had to submit those job roles to the skill council. Their representatives are also there in the field. So it will take some time to get those job roles included there in the job role. Yes, please.
Another question is that suppose if like you said correctly that a person may be having lower qualification but he may be experienced in that field since 20 years or something like that. So suppose if you are running a course under PMKVY and if we have if we trainers if the faculty is MTech or PhD or whatever, but experience is not that sufficient to train to maybe the case of AC specialist like that, and the person who is practically working in the field, like working on the car or this Maruti centers and etc., but if he is not having that much of qualification, but I think he is a suitable person as a trainer. So in that case, should the remuneration be different depending upon the qualification, or maybe the institute's decision to frame that remuneration criteria? What should be the case?
Okay. I told you there are two different. One is trainer. One is trainer identification. For example, it is well defined. If one is MBSc, he does not need any experience. If one is BSc, he needs 1 year experience. If he is diploma holder, it is clearly defined in the website, he should have 5 year experience. One is the criteria of qualification experience of the trainer, and other is of the trainee. I told you there is a PMKVY for the regular training. They have defined hours of how many hours training should be for a particular job role. And other is RPL, that is recognition of prior learning. It is to be conducted just for 2-3 days. You have to tell the trainees what is PMKVY, what is their relation, and assessment will be of the practical knowledge. It will be in local language. It will be in practical oriented.
सर इनका ये कहना है कि अगर किसी को 20 साल का एक्सपीरियंस या रिक्वायर्ड एक्सपीरियंस ना हो, बस वो ट्रेंड हो, बिल्कुल जो ट्रेनर है, तो वो ट्रेनर हो सकता है उसमें?
Yes. So there is a separate system. I have all that I have discussed with you is regarding training center. It is training center accreditation. What is required there? Trainer's qualification, classroom parameters, lab parameters, other facilities, Aadhaar based attendance system, CCTV cameras. You are talking of trainers, assessor we call as. So there is entirely different system of assessors. Any training provider cannot be assessor. For example, Punjab Agriculture University has applied to be a training provider in different job roles. So whole university as a organization cannot be assessor. All over India, any employee of the Punjab Agriculture University cannot be assessor of any job role all over India. So there is separate list, you can say, separate system for the assessor. Who can be assessor? So as I told you in the very beginning, National Skill Development Corporation is a public-private partnership based organization funded by the government 40%, 60% agency. What the government wants? Level playing field. There are national pan-India skill training providers. At the same time, there are national skill training assessors. This national level skill training assessors agencies are there. Those who hire trainers to impart trainings as well as hire train assessors to get trainers assessed. So that is entirely a broad, you can say big work. So you will have to see that you have to get trainer certified for your training center or trainer as assessor. So there is a different, entirely different approach.
सर आप वहाँ से ना पूछते थे ये वाले साइड के क्वेश्चन डेविड को हो गया
Any other question? Vanda? Vanda? Vanda, do you have question? Vanda? बांदा का कोई क्वेश्चन है तो पूछिए. टीटीसी जोधपुर.
पूछना है. No query, sir.
Okay. Then our Gyan Jyoti. Gyan Jyoti.
So no question from our side. Thank you, sir.
भाई महासिंह.
Hello.
हाँ जी बताइए.
Good morning, sir. So I want to get the information about that. Those training centers who have been accredited as well as affiliated, by what time we can start the classes?
मैडम दोबारा पूछिए.
सर जो ट्रेनिंग सेंटर्स ऑलरेडी एफिलिएट हो चुके हैं उन पर क्लासेस कब से स्टार्ट होंगी?
उनकी क्लासेस जो एक्रेडिटेशन ऑलरेडी कर चुके हैं, ले चुके हैं.
मैडम जो एक्रेडिटेशन फॉर एग्जांपल किसका बात कर रहे हैं आप? जिसमें आप एक्रेडिटेड हो चुके हैं, सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल से एफिलिएशन ले ली है.
हाँ जी सर.
ओके, देन यू विल हैव टू राइट टू द accredited center to give you target allocation of targets. They give you the targets for quarterly targets or annual targets. You have to main only application for allocating targets. So there is system.
And so after that, what will be the procedure? That by what time we can start the classes in that training center?
कितना समय लगेगा वहाँ से आने में? जो अगर हमने
वो तो मैडम it depends on this skill council. वो NSDC टारगेट एलोकेशन करता है. अभी वी होप कि ये मार्च में करेंगे, अप्रैल मई जून के टारगेट्स देंगे, क्वार्टरली टारगेट्स देंगे.
ओके सर.
अप्रैल में
अप्रैल में यू नीड टू स्टार्ट इन द सेशन इन अप्रैल.
और आरपीएल का जो है ना, आरपीएल इज सेपरेट. इफ योर सेंटर इज एक्रेडिटेड यू हैव टू फिल. ये ऑनलाइन अवेलेबल है. एक तो रेगुलर ट्रेनिंग है, शॉर्ट टर्म ट्रेनिंग बोल रहा है जैसे, लेकिन जो आरपीएल है एक्रेडिटेड सेंटर को उसका सेपरेट एप्लीकेशन देना पड़ेगा. यू विल हैव टू अप्लाई फॉर प्रायर लर्निंग्स के लिए. सेपरेट एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म इज अवेलेबल ऑनलाइन. यू विल हैव टू गिव दैट फॉर्म. एवरीथिंग इज ऑनलाइन. ये देखना कि आपको इसमें करना है.
ओके सर. एक्चुअली आई वांट टू आस्क कि जिन ट्रेनिंग सेंटर्स को 31st ऑफ मार्च तक ऑलरेडी टारगेट्स अलॉट हो चुके हैं, उनकी क्लासेस कब से स्टार्ट होंगी?
टारगेट अलाउड होंगे अप्रैल में शुरू.
यस इसमें क्लियरली होगा कि आपका
स्टार्ट करनी है.
वो आपको जब टारगेट मिलेगा ना, इट विल डिफाइंड कि किस क्वार्टर का टारगेट आपको दिया जा रहा है. एनुअल दिया जा रहा है क्वार्टरली दिया जा रहा है, हाफ ईयर दिया जा रहा है।
मैडम
कितने
जब एक क्वार्टर का आपको जब टारगेट मिल गया है तो वो टारगेट को आपको उसी क्वार्टर में अचीव
Yes.
करना है।
You
तो
can-
यू नीड टू डिसाइड कि व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट द क्लास। आपको एक बार एक्रेडिटेशन मिल गई है, टारगेट मिल गया है, नाउ यू नीड टू डिसाइड दैट आई नीड टू स्टार्ट क्लास फ्रॉम 1st of April and that class will end up to this much time, this much period of time. So that quarter is defined now. That is up to you that you need to start the course from 1st of April or
10th of April.
10th of April.
Or and it moreover, it will be, you can say, for example, you have given, let's take hypothetical example, 3 क्यों जो है आपके क्यों क्वालिफिकेशन QP है, उसके 3 टारगेट दिए हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल एक आप स्टार्ट करते हो तो वो लगता है फॉर एग्जांपल 200 आवर का है, इट विल टेक अबाउट 30 डेज। अगर आप 8 आवर्स डेली काम करते हो तो सेकंड वाला फॉर एग्जांपल 2 मार्च को स्टार्ट करते हो, इट विल बी एंडिंग ऑन 1 मई। तो आपको सेकंड बैच भी उस हिसाब से स्टार्ट करना पड़ेगा, ओवरलैप ना हो। और आपको उसमें जैसे पहले बोला कि जैसे आप अप्लाई करते हैं एक्रेडिटेशन के लिए, आपको क्लासरूम साइज डिफाइन करना है, लैब साइज डिफाइन करना है और बताना है एट ए पर्टिकुलर टाइम इस पे कितने बैच चलेंगे। बैच मीन्स अगर उसके 4 घंटे प्रैक्टिकल के हैं, यू कैन रन 2 बैचेस साइमल्टेनियसली। एक का मॉर्निंग में प्रैक्टिकल चलेगा, एक का इवनिंग में चलेगा। सो अगर क्लास है उसका एवरीथिंग इज हैज टू बी डिफाइंड वेल, प्लान्ड वेल। Yes.
Sir, and one more thing I want to ask. कुछ training
हाँ जी।
centers में उनके trainers का experience proper या कुछ center qualify हो गए, but due to the lack of experience by the trainers, वो centers को अभी not recommended कर दिया गया है। तो उन centers पे हम लोग trainers कब से नए डाल सकते हैं कि वो centers वापस उनके target allocation हो जाए और वो recommended हो जाए?
यानी उनको
ट्रेनिंग करिए मैडम। ट्रेनर्स अगर आपके कम हैं,
नहीं, ट्रेनर वहां से डिस्क्वालीफाई हो गए हैं।
ओके, हमारे भी ऐसे हुआ है। फॉर एग्जांपल उसके लिए रिक्वायर्ड है कि जो ट्रेनर नॉट ओनली एजुकेशन क्वालिफिकेशन एंड एक्सपीरियंस इज रिक्वायर्ड, दे आर आल्सो रिक्वायर्ड टू बी सर्टिफाइड एज ट्रेनर बाय द सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल। एंड सर्टिफिकेशन के लिए जरूरी है कि उनका TOT लगाया जाए। TOT इज ट्रेनिंग ऑफ द ट्रेनर्स। हमने अभी वही काम कर रहे हैं। हमने पहले जो दो जॉब रोल मैंने बताया, अपैरल का, सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड टेलर और हैंड एम्ब्रॉयडर, हमारे जितने कृषि विज्ञान केंद्र हैं और उनके जो टीचर हैं, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर हैं, कृषि विज्ञान केंद्र में काम करते हैं और इनके हेल्पर डेमोन्स्ट्रेटर हैं। फॉर्चुनेटली या अनफॉर्चुनेटली कह लीजिए, जो आजकल अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट बहुत बड़ी है, तो हमारे जो डेमोन्स्ट्रेटर हैं दे आर आल्सो क्वालिफाइड लाइक टीचर्स। तो हमने क्या किया, बिफोर अप्लाइंग फॉर एक्रेडिटेशन टू द इंस्टीट्यूट एजुकेशन अथॉरिटी, हमने उनका TOT करा दिया। अभी 23rd फरवरी को कराया, 24th फरवरी को, 2 दिन का था। TOT एवरी स्किल काउंसिल कंडक्ट्स रेगुलर TOT फॉर ऑल जॉब रोल्स। अगर आपके जॉब रोल्स के हिसाब से आपके ट्रेनर कहीं इस रीजन से ज़्यादा मिल सकते हैं, you can request sector skill council to organize TOT in this particular zone as well. They will charge their assessment fees. They will come there depending upon their qualification and experience. It can be 10 days, it can be 5 days. We conducted for only 2 days. And now we have selected, you can say, agriculture job roles. We are conducting TOT for the job role of gardener, beekeeper, you can say agriculture extension service provider. We have selected 6 job roles, and this agriculture conduct you can say TOT for 3 days. Now we are organizing this TOT from 6th March to 8th March. Any person of Punjab or India can come in that TOT. He will may have to pay certain fees in addition to assessment charges for the sector skill council. Otherwise, he can get himself certified as a trainer. So your demand will be fulfilled. So you will have to see whoever has been left, has not qualified, has failed, you can say, in TOT. He will have to seek another test. It will be available on the website. I have not brought that document with me. It is available on the website. Trainers training at different skill councils. They have defined which sector skill council is conducting TOT for which job role. So you can either join. They are conducted region wise as well as national level.
And so can you provide
Excuse me, sir.
हाँ
Good
हम
morning,
आपको
sir.
हाँ हम आपको इन्फॉर्मेशन प्रोवाइड करवा देंगे मैडम.
Yes, yes, no problem.
Okay, sir.
Good morning, sir.
हाँ जी.
But we center just because of the trainer. और उसके ऊपर पोर्टल पे अभी तक कोई लिंक नहीं आ रहा कि आप ट्रेनर कैसे चेंज करें या उसमें नया ऐड करें. तो यही मेन पूछना था कि वो ट्रेनर नया ऐड हो सकता है.
लिंक
Just because of the trainer.
वहाँ पे ओपन नहीं हो रहा होगा ना, वेबसाइट पे लिंक नहीं दिया होगा अभी उन्होंने, अभी तक उन्होंने
ये
एक बार कर दिया।
मौलिक से बोलते हैं.
हाँ जी,
अगर यहाँ से मैं आपको दिखा देता हूँ, वेबसाइट अवेलेबल है.
आप एक काम कीजिएगा, बाजवा साहब का नंबर आप ले लीजिए.
पहले तो
आप
देखिए.
आप उनसे कांटेक्ट करके, क्योंकि ये इनका नंबर ले लीजिए आप.
मैंने वो दिखा
Sure, sir, please.
आप नंबर दे दीजिए
मुझे
इनको ना.
पहले दिया हुआ है इसमें स्लाइड में.
Excuse me, sir. Good morning.
या कोई स्लाइड में.
हाँ जी, गुड
Sir,
मॉर्निंग.
I have a query. Ji, sir. Good morning. I am from David. I have a query.
बताइए.
बताइए बताइए.
Yes, sir. Sir, here are so many faculty members, like on the positions of lab assistant, lab technician,
Yes, yes, yes.
and they are postgraduate.
Okay, okay.
MSc IT, MSc Computer Science, etc. Sir, are we all eligible for your training program
It
or not?
depends. ये मेरा you can have my number as well as email. जो आपके बोल रहा हो ना, इसमें आपने बोला था, मैं आपको बोला था क्लासरूम साइज मेंशन्ड है.
नहीं नहीं,
मैं बताता हूँ. लैब साइज भी मेंशन्ड है, ट्रेनर क्वालिफिकेशन मेरिट है. उसमें मैंने बताया नहीं आपको. उसमें जो सपोर्टिंग स्टाफ है वो भी डिफाइन करना है आपको इन दैट वेबसाइट. ऑनलाइन जब एप्लीकेशन के अप्लाई करेंगे उसमें उनकी क्वालिफिकेशन भरनी है, उनका एक्सपीरियंस कैसे है, वो रेगुलर है कि हायर्ड हैं, वो पर्टिकुलर जॉब जो मेंशन कर रहे हो वही करते हैं कि और जॉब मिक्स्ड हैं. तो उनके लिए
नहीं, आप भी अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. जो ये कह रहे हैं कि जो आप एमएससी ऑलरेडी हैं या कोई हैं, तो अगर आप वोकेशनल आगे अपना क्वालिफिकेशन को इम्प्रूव करने के लिए ज्वाइन करना चाहते हैं तो
Then how can we develop our skills and train the youth, sir? How skills and train the youth?
हाँ, आप अपने स्किल, आपको जो यानी ट्रेनिंग ऑफ ट्रेनर्स इज आल्सो अवेलेबल. वही
Yes.
बता रहे थे बाजवा साहब कि ट्रेनिंग ऑफ ट्रेनर्स पहले आपको लेनी पड़ेगी उस पर्टिकुलर सेक्टर स्किल. अगर आपको पर्टिकुलर आपको जॉब
Yes.
रोल है, उसकी ट्रेनिंग आपको पहले लेनी पड़ेगी. अगर
और
आपके पास
certificate
प्रायर
होना
नहीं है
हाँ.
और उसका सर्टिफिकेट लेना पड़ेगा, देन ओनली यू कैन बिकम द ट्रेनर.
तभी तो आप उसको हायर कर सकते हो और दैट टिकट जॉब रोल.
So we will break for tea for only 10 to 15 minutes. आप जल्दी से आ जाइए, हमारे अगले एक्सपर्ट आ गए हैं. We'll break for tea for 15 minutes only. 15 मिनट के बाद सब लोग वापस आ जाइएगा.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
डेविएट सबको बुला लीजिए, मैडम सबको बुला लीजिए. वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट इन 2 minutes. माइक बंद है, आवाज नहीं आ रही.
Yes, sir, we are calling.
Everybody is coming in 5 minutes.
हाँ, जल्दी से बुला लीजिए. टीटीसी जोधपुर, भाई महासिंह कॉलेज, एनसी कॉलेज, ज्ञान ज्योति. वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट इन 2 minutes. बुला लीजिए. बांदा बुला लीजिए सबको. झांसी, बुंदेलखंड, झांसी. देखिए बुंदेलखंड झांसी है कनेक्टेड.
ये कौन सा है? सर ये
आवाज जा रही है मेरी?
ये सर बुंदेलखंड झांसी. हाँ सर, आवाज आ रही है.
So another 2 minutes we are going to start. Please अपनी अपनी जगह पे आ जाइए जल्दी से. टीटीसी जोधपुर बाकी सब लोगों को बुला लीजिए.
ये आपका सर
बांदा, इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज बांदा, प्लीज आ जाइए अपनी अपनी सीट्स पे. हेलो. नहीं सर, अभी नहीं हुई, अभी नहीं हुई. हो जाएगा पर कोई बात नहीं. मैं करता हूँ आके, मैं करता हूँ. जी सर करता हूँ. हाँ जी सर, बस अभी स्टार्ट करने वाले हैं. जी सर. सर कर दें शुरू, विशाल जी कर दें. So welcome back after tea break. Now we are going to start. Our expert, Mr. KK Agnihotri ji with us from Haryana School. He will deliver his talk on Haryana School Shiksha Pariyojana Parishad, the role of schools in skill development programs. So he will deliver his talk on that topic. So now I would like to call him and over to Mr. KK Agnihotri ji.
Thank you, Mr. Goel. Good morning, everybody. You must be saying that after one old person, another old person has come before you to make the presentation. So it's inspiring both for the younger generation and the old generation joining hands together to skill the nation as a whole. And this is what the nation's priority is. And this is what our Honorable Prime Minister's priority is. Because this is the last day of your ongoing program, the training. So you must have heard or you must be knowing already that India has the youngest population in the world in the bracket of age group up to 35. I need not dwell upon those. So there are multi-pronged strategies to skill the nations. Formal education, through formal education, in integration with formal education, in integration with non-formal education, skilled workers to upgrade their skills, semi-skilled, those who had learned through the conventional methods. So you must be wondering Why I at the age of 74 still working? I just wanted to share with you because it may be of some interest to you. When I was a young person or a child, once my father asked me, "Have you seen God?" And I told him, "No, not at all." Then naturally, as a young person, I was curious to know from my father. My query was, "Have you seen?" He said, "No. Son, I have also not seen." Then why you are putting me this question? He said, "One thing is there. I have seen his creation, the creativity which he has done. And he has made me capable of doing that, seeing that, witnessing that. You see beautiful flowers, birds and all that. And how you can express gratitude about that?" Just to cut short, the gratitude cannot be expressed by going to a temple, by going to a gurdwara, by going to that is of course one of the rituals, one should do it. But the real gratitude is if you can add something to his beautiful creation before leaving the body. So it's good that you are associated as a faculty of polytechnics or the colleges running these vocational courses, skill development courses. You are creating something and you are equipping the future generations who's technically and academically equipped so that they can face the challenges of the world of work. So this is what inspired me, and after superannuating at the age of 58 in 2003, I have been serving in an honorary capacity with the Department of School Education. I worked in the Department of Higher Education, School Education, and now since 2003 onward, I have been working in honorary capacity. So I think this must inspire you and all to whom you will be training. So now coming to the topic, since as I told you earlier that there is a multi-pronged strategies, a number of schemes, a number of programs aiming at scaling the nations. And one is to catch them young concept. That is for that, way back in 2012, Government of India launched a pilot NVQF. At that time it was known. Now it is NSQF. And the three states were identified. One was Haryana, another was Assam and the West Bengal. And only Haryana accepted the challenge and piloted this. Now we in the education department deal with the academic content, academic issues. And the skill development was entirely a new concept for the education department. But we accepted the challenge. There was a dedicated team was put in place. And we were just in a desert at that moment. Because the concept was new. Earlier the polytechnics were running certificates, diplomas and all that. A number of institutions were also running vocational courses. But the industries, they have been telling the nation or the stakeholders that the person so trained is not as per their requirement. So they had to reorient them. They had to retrain them. So then they said, okay, we will give you the framework. We will give you the NOS. We will give you the qualifications pack and train the people, skill the persons, and we will absorb them. So under that pilot, we were asked to do the pilot, launch the pilot, and immediately share the learnings with the MHRD, Government of India. We did it. We started in 40 schools in 8 districts. I'll just briefly go through how one can face the challenge. It's always interesting to face a challenge to do new things. If there are defined norms, if there are defined parameters, one is at ease to implement it. But if you are to invent things, it's really something challenging. And this is what you are also doing. So we had a team At that time, even the skill gap analysis was not there. We defined the parameters. Okay. We started with 4 skills. That was retail, IT. Okay, let me first skip to the. So this was a pilot launched in 2012-13 in September. And 4 skills were identified: retail, security, automobile, and retail, security, automobile, and then was the another one was, let me check. The other was automobile, IT, ITS, ITS. And when we were to identify the school, we just laid down certain parameters that, okay, because these are all skill-based program, predominantly practical-based. So the school to be identified must have the relevant, the industry in the proximity of that institution, so that the students are exposed to the practical knowledge also. And then the faculty should be motivated, and the school should have good infrastructure, because under this scheme, level 1 was to start from class 9th in integration with the academic stream, and level 2 in class 10th, and then level 3 in class 11th, and level 4 in class 12th. In fact, it is a one compact course. At the end of +2 and level 4, one becomes eligible for a defined job role. So the whole, because it was in integration with the academic stream, so it was split into 4 parts. Because at national level, the thinking was that the student, he is also to complete the academics. So he should not be burdened to that extent that he should finish this course, although these 4 levels are equal to 1000 hours. So they split it in level 4, 200 hours, and then level 2, 200 hours, level 3, 300 hours, and level 4, 300 hours, 1000 hours. So this number of students in class 9th must be a sizable number, because as per the parameters given by the Government of India, one could start 2 skills in a school. So for 2 skills, because the investment is top heavy, so that at least 25 students must be in a skill identified. So 2 skills, 50 students. Because it was one of the options, it was included in the basket of optional subjects, not made as a 7th subject, so as to not to burden the student. And the students were to opt it by choice. So 50 students were required, so others they could, so they were to take up this skill by way of their aptitude. If they have the aptitude, then they should include. So this is how we started. Then the course content was developed by the PSSI CIB Bhopal, based on the NOS and the QP given by them, given by the Sector Skill Council and the NSDC. And then the VTP, the Bhopal Institute, they prescribed they suggested the qualifications for the trainers, that these should be the qualifications based on the course content, that these are the qualifications for the vocational teachers to be deployed. So we recruited those teachers. We gave them the orientation through the industries, through the experts drawn from the industry, from PSSI Bhopal, from Sector Skill Council. That I'll show you the photographs of all that. I have full time now up to 1 o'clock. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you just caution me because. Okay. So then the orientation was given, and they were deployed. Enrollment was done, and then we also drafted a operational manual for the facility of the states who were to follow it, because based on that, the Government of India modified the scheme, which is now known as centrally sponsored scheme of vocationalization of secondary and higher secondary education. and NVQF has been now named as NSQF, National Skill Qualifications Framework. So whatever the vocational courses are being run, whether in polytechnics or engineering colleges or at school education, those have to be NSQF compliant. And there is a notification from NSDA that all these courses, wherever or whosoever is running, or the institutions which are running, they have to be NSQF compliant by 2013. Though they may extend a date depending upon the preparations which has been made for this. So we started with 40 schools, 8 districts. Now where we have reached is we have covered 990 government senior secondary schools out of 1,832 government senior secondary schools which we have in our state. We started with 4 skills. Now we have reached the number as 14. Now 14 skills, I'll share with you the skills which we are running. And the intake capacity in 16-17 is 93,000 something. Against that, 82,000 something students are on rolls. So far as, because the students are initially enrolled at level 1 in class 9th, the interest generated is so that against the intake capacity, the number is always higher. But because it is in integration with academic stream, so in higher classes when the student go, then if the board result is down in class 10th and 9th, then the strength dwindles. Not because of the skill that they fail in the skills which they have taken up, only because in the academics. I'll share with you the results, the annual pass percentage of the students in the skills which they have opted for. So now the 14 skills which we are now there. So every year we just added schools and the skills. Now in 13-14 we added another 100 schools and also 4 skills. Those are beauty and wellness, physical education, sports, patient care assistant. These were the additions in addition to 4 skills which I just shared with you. And then again in the next year, 14-15, we added another 100 schools. And during this year, we didn't add any skill, but we added a center of excellence at Faridabad, where we, instead of a student taking up 1 skill, we introduced 2 skills to be taken up by each student so enrolled. ITS, every student was to take up, that was just an under innovation, and it's working very well. And then 14-15, some schools were added and the skills were added. Now the skills which are functional, which are there in the schools are ITS, automobile, retail, security, beauty and wellness, physical education and sports, patient care assistant, agriculture, tourism and travel, media and entertainment, banking and finance services, banking and insurance services, healthcare में vision technician, apparel designing में fashion designing. These are, I'm just sharing these with you because you are in polytechnics, you are in engineering colleges, there may be the colleges of general education where VWalk has been introduced. Because Haryana is the first state to implement this at school level. So our students have already graduated at level 4. So those who want to go higher in the ladder, they will join higher end courses, level 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the colleges, in the polytechnics, or in the engineering colleges. For example, in VWalk, in the first year, the student who has come for enrollment in the college and has already done level 4, he is exempted from appearing in first semester, and he is straightway taken in the second semester. So similarly, there has to be a mapping with these courses which your institutions are running, polytechnics are running, engineering colleges are running, so that the students who want to go up in the ladder, they can join your institution. If there are simple qualifications of 10+2 or graduation, if these students come, they will be actually a rich resource, a repository, so far as the skilling the nation is concerned. So this is next. They are able to see it on the. Okay. Okay. So this is the.
You can use cursor क्योंकि centers के पास आपका नहीं है.
Okay, I'm not that techno savvy.
So बस normal cursor.
Achha. Anyhow, okay. Anyhow, if somebody can. So this is the pass percentage of the students who had taken. Now you can see from the screen that in security the pass percentage is 94.95%, then 96%, and in level 3 99.29%, and in level 4 95.29%. And the average pass percentage in level 1 is, for all these skills put together, 90%, 93%, 98%, 92%. Now, from this, it's evident the interest which our students have shown. Because nowadays, if one is a simple graduate or a postgraduate or a PhD, unless and until he is equipped with a particular skill, IT, basically IT, because these are all skills. Even physics, chemistry, and mathematics, they are also skills. One becomes a scientist, one becomes a teacher, one becomes a sales executive, or one becomes goes in this business. For that, commerce is required. For that, science graduation, post graduation is required. Similarly, these are the additional tools which are now required in the changing scenario in the world of work. That's why the importance of these skills. So this is, you said that the vocational, what is the success story? Now the success story is when we introduce the pilot. As I told you earlier, the job role is available after graduating level 4. Because we were to share the learning with Government of India, we bridged level 1 and 2 together, staggered the examination schedule, and the results were really good. Good in a way that in NCR region, Faridabad, Gurgaon, and all that, the students who were enrolled in class 12th in ITS, for whom level 1 and 2 was bridged, they were, an opportunity was afforded for their placements. Now, most of the students who graduate level 4 and +2, they do not attain the age of 18, whereas it's essential that the job, for a particular job, one should have attained the age of 18. So those who had attained the age of 18, desirous of placement, for them the placement was arranged. And you can see from the screen how many companies they came for the placements. And out of that, 134 students, they were given the placements. So this is the success of the program, the skill development programs, which are being run by various organizations in the country. And then so on. Then there were regular courses, level 1, 2, 3, then started from 9th and 10th. So when they graduated level 4 after completing level 1 in class 9th, level 2 in class 10th, level 3 in class 11th, and level 4 in class 12th. Now this last year, 119 students, they were desirous of placement. Out of that, 117 got the placements. So this is the intake capacity as I shared with you earlier. So these are the various stakeholders for the implementation of this scheme. This Ministry of Human Resource Development is there. National Skill Development Corporation is there. Sector Skill Councils are there. Then PSSIB, Bhopal and CBSE. Because Vadhwani Foundation, they were earlier, they joined hands with us because they were in the corporate sector. So we joined hands and then we did a lot so far as the basic tools, designing of basic tools are concerned, then orientation is concerned, everything. So, and now basically the PSSIB or CBSE job is that whatever NOS is developed or given by the Sector Skill Council, then they are asked to develop the course content, and they develop the course content with the help of the experts. Then of course this program was earlier being implemented by the Department of School Education, and I started handling there in the Department of School Education. And then later on, Government of India, just to do it in a mission mode, subsumed in RAMSA, that is Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan, along with SSA. These are two national flagship programs of Government of India for universal access, enrollment and all that, equity. A number of parameters are there. So to hasten the process and to do it in a decentralized, they subsume it. So now this program is being implemented by the Haryana School Shiksha Pariyojana Parishad, and in all these stores, these are either called the society. I mean, these are the societies set up by the Government of India, by the state governments, running the various programs, quality initiatives, which are approved by Government of India, and then the funding is from Government of India as well as from the state government. So these programs are being run in partnership with the state government and the central government. Now the funding is 60% comes from Government of India and 40% of the expenditure is being funded by the state governments. So sector skill councils, now this is the timetable: 200 hours in level 1, then 200 hours in level 2, 2 periods per day, which includes theory as well as the practicals, and then 200 hours in level 3 each, in level 3 and level 4, that is in class 11th and 12th, 2 periods per day. These are some of the best practices. You can also think of these in your institution. Because the vocational courses start from class 9th with the level 1. So we told the vocational teachers that because these are all government senior secondary schools, the students who are studying in class 7th, 6th, 7th and 8th, do it as a hobby, 1 period in a week with these students. Now, if the retail has been introduced in the school, they can tell the students, okay, there is something written on the packet, MRP. What does it mean? Then the expiry date, then the ingredients. The students, because this is something creative, this is something the student will always be interested to know it. By the time they reach class 9th, they'll be very much interested to go in for a particular skill. Similarly, if it is a retail, if it is a security, if it is a patient care assistant, personal hygienes and all that, these things can be shared with the students in class 6, 7th and 8th. This is the innovation. We did it in our schools and the results have been quite encouraging. And then other is the management system, and this is the role, various stakeholders. I think I need not share with you. If you put questions, I can answer those. And then these are the roles, and because unless until there is a well-defined mechanism, management system, monitoring system, the program cannot meet with the success or achieve the targets which are there to be achieved. So we have industry coordinator or the coordinators who visit the schools. They have the industry experience. So whatever the difficulties are there, they just try to solve it. And then before the start of each level, we give orientation to our vocational trainers. And so far as the assessment is concerned, this is done by the assessors deputed by the sector skill councils. They are not the teachers who are training the students. There is an independent assessment unit, and those assessors are done by the sector skill councils, facilitated through national skill development corporations, and they are deputed by the sector skill councils. And the theory examination is conducted by the State Board of School Education. And the for the conduct of practical, the assessors or the practical examiners are deputed by the sector skill councils, and the result is compiled. So far as the award in theory and practicals are concerned, those are shared with the sector skill councils. Based on that, an independent certificate with a logo on that of sector skill council and the NSDC and the Board of School Education, and the joint signatories NSDC and the State Board of School Education. An independent certificate for each level is given, and that certificate is a recognition in itself for the industry, for the employer, that such student has been trained, has been imparted training as per the requirement of the industry for a particular job role. And then another certificate which is given by the board, that is 10th class and the 12th class. In that, the marks given by the earned by the student in theory as well as practicals, those are included in the 6th subject that is an optional subject. So this is how 2 certificates are given to each student. So these are the various implementation, and then for implementation we have constituted subcommittees, SMCs. So if you are running vocational courses, you can also constitute some committees who should be a decision making or advisory committee type of committees at institutional level, so that any hurdles, anything coming, or they can have a liaison with the industry so that the students are exposed. These mechanisms you can put in place at institutional level. And because these are all practical based courses, so setting up of lab is very, very important. So for that, Government of India provides us funding. Sector Skill Council and PSSB, along with this course content, they say, okay, this is the list of equipment which is required. So what we did is, initially we were also given independent rooms for which rooms which could be constructed for the practical for conducting practicals. Then we thought of that these are all practical based, so we constructed lab cum classrooms where the equipment is placed. I'll show you the pictures, and also the classes are held. So immediately after the students are enrolled, or the school is identified, or the skill is identified, the students and all, the next immediate task with the department has been to set up the labs. And accordingly, we set up the labs, and so far as our courses are concerned, right up to 15-16, whatever the courses, skills we have introduced, labs in all schools covered under this scheme are functional. Equipment is there, and the students are trained through that equipment. And then the industry linkages is very important. So if we are running a retail, then we must have a liaison with the malls and all that. If we are running PCA, we must have a liaison with the hospitals, nursing homes, and all that. And we should also invite the experts as for guest lectures, so as to supplement the knowledge of the vocational trainers as well as of the students, so as to have a wider exposure. So since you are also running the courses, you should also tie up with the relevant industry or with the relevant industrial houses and invite their experts. This will have double benefits. One, the students are exposed. Second, once the industry comes to know that here is an institution who are training the students as per their requirement, as per their parameter, they will welcome, they will feel interested and absorb them as apprentices, or if they are 18 years of age, straightway they will give them a job and they'll be happy to do it. So this is very important for you. That's why I'm just laying emphasis on this. So these are the various processes that in the beginning you have to mobilize, you have to sensitize the parents, you have to sensitize the community to know the importance of this. Then parents counseling is required. And then this is how, because now if you are running these skills, these are new skills, you must put in place the teacher who is to teach these skills. So in case you are not in a position to recruit, sometimes the recruitment processes, what we did is we allowed our heads of institutions, okay, you invite some industry expert, you invite a doctor from the hospital, you invite a person who possesses the qualifications which have been prescribed, and start organizing extension lectures, guest lectures. Take out one chapter from the website, because the whole course content is uploaded on the website. Start transacting the curriculum so that there is no gap. And this is how, if such a problem arises in your institution, you can also adopt this. So I'm just sharing these experiences because you are also associated with this. So that's it. Now, this is now I say that whatever I have been talking, there may be something that I'm concealing or I'm not truthful. Seeing is believing. So these are I'll take you through the pictures right from the inception. These have not been taken by the professional. These are taken by our industry coordinators and others who are always who have been associated since the launching of the program. So this is then at that point of time, Mrs. Serena Rajan was our principal secretary, and all the successive administrative secretaries have been taking lot of interest, because unless and until the top administration takes interest, the things cannot move ahead. So luckily in Haryana, all the administrative secretaries, the ministers, and even now the present chief minister, honorable chief minister, he's talking a lot and he's taking keen interest in the development of skill education in our state. Recently we have set up a skill university, and the state skill mission is there. So this is how the program was launched. And then at that time, chairman NSDA was also there, Mr. Ramadurai, I think, if I correctly able to remember his name. And then this is next how we manage it. There was a student mobilization and the parent counseling. We told them that these are the salient features of the scheme. These are the advantages if you acquire a particular skill along with your +2 or graduation certificate, or on graduating this, if you have a particular skill, you will be welcome in the world of work. In one of the conferences, somebody put a question, oh, this is all waste and all that. There is no employment. Then I told that gentleman, I can guarantee and I can assure you, after having associated with this program for the last 4 years, that a person who has acquired these skills cannot die of hunger. He is capable of earning as an entrepreneur, or he can do it He will not beg before anybody because he is empowered with certain skills. So this is the importance of these skills which we have introduced, which our national thinkers, administrators, policymakers have thought of introducing this. So student memory, really, it was because it was really important that our students, they should be mobilized, they should be told about the salient features, and then the parents also. Because in government institutions, it's a social commitment for each and every government that nobody should remain illiterate. So in government institutions, we catch all segments of the society, and also the segment of society who need the skills the most. Because most of the students, they don't go beyond +2. And now what you are doing, what these BTPs are doing, those who are graduates, those who were +2 or dropouts have entered into some industry and all that, doing some job. They are unskilled workers, they are semi-skilled workers. For them, there are strategies. They are now also being skilled. So if they are trained, if they are skilled along with the academics, they will be better equipped and better skilled. And they will have a wider acceptance so far as the industry is concerned. So that's why student mobilization, parents counseling. The next is training of vocational teachers. Now, he is Professor Mehrotra from Pandit Sundarlal Sharma State Institute of Vocational Education, Central Institute of Vocational Education, Bhopal. Then these were this is our SCRT, State Council for Education Research and Training, Gurgaon. We have a residential facilities there. So orientation of these vocational teachers before deployment was given there. These are all the batches which we trained there. Now this is the setting up of the lab. Now for retail, they say up to level what type of equipment is required. That list is given by the Sector Skill Council. Because most of these items, these were not already being procured by the department. So Government of India guidelines provided us that there should be an institutional mechanism. Then we constituted institution level SMCs, subcommittees of SMCs, where the experts from the industry, from Sector Skill Council, they were co-opted. So up to certain level, they could procure the equipment by having the quotations and all that. If it was ever, then the local level tendering process could be done. And that's why we were able to put up these labs within 3 to 4 months from the start of the course. Because we didn't go in for a centralized procurement, because that takes time. Now, because we have come of age and now the equipment is there, the lists are there, though the fine tuning of the specifications has been done. Now we are going in for a rate contract so as to facilitate everybody to avoid the cumbersome process. If the things are there on the rate list, then there won't be any difficulty in the procurement of the equipment. So these are ITIC. We have been using our ICT IT lab. This is physical education and sports, and this is beauty and wellness. Now, beauty and wellness amongst the girls has been a hit. Hit in a way, we talk of women empowerment. We talk of promotion of girls' education. I went to one of the institution schools in Panchkula. A girl belonging to a middle class family or below that. I just interacted with the girls. She is now in class 12th. तो मैंने कहा अभी बच्चों क्या आप ये जो करते हैं फंक्शंस में और कहीं आप इस हुनर का इस्तेमाल करते हैं? Then one girl stood up. बाकी उन्होंने सबने हाँ हाँ की. एक कहते हैं uncle, do you know how much I earned last year? मैं कहा tell me. Can during last year while studying, and she is also good at studies. कहती ड्यूरिंग द ईयर वो जो मेहंदी वगैरह और जो इस तरह के फंक्शंस होते हैं, कहती मैंने उसमें किया. आप मार्केट में जाओ तो 500 रुपया लेते हैं शायद एक हाथ के या 2 हाथों. कहती अंकल आई अर्नड 16,000 रुपीज लास्ट ईयर. And this year I have been able to earn 10,000. It was perhaps in the month of September and October. So this is the how we are contributing, you as a faculty or the nation or the nation builders or the top administrators, the policy makers, taking care of the future generation. So this is a patient care lab. वहां भी when I interacted with the student, मैंने कहा आप तो घर में बीपी वगैरह बच्चों को अपना घर में सबका देख लेते होंगे, छोटी बीमारी हो उनका पता लग जाता, सिम्टम्स का, पर्सनल हाइजीन में हाथ कैसे धोने हैं, सफाई कैसे रखनी है. कहते yes, we do it. So this is how patient care assistant. Oh, sorry. Now this is the industry visits. The students are taken to the nearby industry and all that, hospitals and mall, and the your fire brigade stations and all that in case of security and all. So these are all the pictures. Now agriculture skill we had introduced. So these are the labs where the interaction with the industry. So this is the student portfolio. Because all the courses are practical based. So whatever the students learn during practical and all that, we call it in science the practical notebook. Here are each and every student has to maintain this. These are the portfolios. So because I told you, now I am a 4-year-old baby because the project is 4 years. So is the state so far as the skill mission is. But the state has carved a niche at national level. And we are not like that old Vaid and Hakim. नुक्सा हमने कोई लर्न किया अपने तक ही रखना, मरते दम तो मरने के जब सांस निकल रही हो तब भी नहीं शेयर करना. But we started sharing. If something is good, we must share it. We must start overflowing. And this is what we started. When Mrs. Samriti Irani was the Honorable HRM, she visited Nuvi, planned a workshop and an exhibition there. So she was there. And we shared the learning. Other states, they started coming. So he is the state project director, Ramsa, Odisha. We told them, okay, seeing is believing, come to our schools, see how the students are doing, how our teachers are teaching. So then, followed by the state project director, he was impressed. The education minister from Odisha, he visited our institution. Then the joint review mission, which also comprised the member, that person who is taking note, he is from the World Bank team. They also visited our schools. And then he is a member of, he is a retired IAS officer. He was DG at Government of India Employment and Department. So they were also a member of the team and they had a lot of interaction with the students and the teachers. And then the Maharashtra team also came. This is all. So then I went to, they invited me to Maharashtra. I don't claim any TADA from my state government. If somebody else invites, okay, you only give me only coming and going expenses, I will come and I'll be happy. And I interacted with their principals and all that. And somebody interestingly asked, okay, Kate, you are Agnihotri, just in a lighter way. Kate, you are Agnihotri, you are from Maharashtra. Then all of a sudden, something clicked. Yes. How is it that you are settled in Haryana and Punjab? You know, when the people of my age and others, we used to read a story in the book. वो शुरू होती थी, मैंने कहा वो ऐसी शुरू होती थी, एक गांव में एक गरीब ब्राह्मण रहता था. तो वो गरीब ब्राह्मण थे, तो वो जब फौज में ले जाते थे तो बैटल ऑफ पानीपत हुई तो उसमें वो हार गए, तो मराठा हार गए, तो वो तो भाग गया, वो ब्राह्मण गरीब वहां रह गया. तो दिस इज हाउ वी सेटल्ड. सो बिकॉज यू टेल मी दैट आई बिलोंग टू महाराष्ट्र, आई विल बी डैम हैप्पी कि मेरे आने के बाद जैसे हमने हरियाणा में स्किल चलाई है, आप इससे भी और बढ़िया चलाएं. आई विल बी हैप्पी. and they started it, and they have done it something really wonderful. उससे क्या हुआ, एक इंस्पिरेशन है. ऐसे ही मैं जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में गया, वहां मैंने जाकर कहा, मैंने कहा मैं आपके लिए एक पैगाम लेकर आया हूं. कहते क्या पैगाम लेके आए हो? मैंने कहा यहां का जो यूथ है उसके हाथ में हुनर है बहुत बढ़िया, उसका कोई मुकाबला नहीं है पूरे वर्ल्ड में, कारीगरी में इतने माहिर हैं, लेकिन वो ट्रेडिशनल वे में है. आजकल की टेक्नोलॉजी, दे शुड मेक यूज ऑफ द मशीन्स एंड ऑल दैट. तो वो अगर हम हुनर को टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ, वो अगर एकेडमिकली इक्विप हो जाते हैं, टेक्नोलॉजी स्कूलों में सीख जाते हैं, तो उनके वो जो बरकरार है वो, तो उनकी वो जो एनर्जी है, एनर्जी तो बहुत है. कहते हैं ना अगर एनर्जी है उसको आप अकेला बैठा दो, कोई ना कोई उद्यम में जाएगा या वो मिसलीड हो जाएगा. तो मैंने कहा उनको क्रिएटिव, आप क्रिएटिविटी में क्यों नहीं जाते? 60 साल 70 साल के बाद किसी हर ने मरना है तो कभी को कहता है ये इधर वाला हमारा, इधर वाला हमारा. फॉरगेट अबाउट ऑल दिस. यहां पर हो, जिस मिट्टी पे बैठे हो वहां के लिए करो, क्योंकि उसी मिट्टी में से खाते हैं ना वो जो अन्न उपजता है, तो उसका दो और आपके हाथ में हुनर, तो आपका नाम होगा, शान होगी. And they have also started implementing this horticulture वगैरह का. So I'm just sharing with you these things because these keep motivating you. These keep motivating you. जैसे मैंने अपने आपके फादर की, मैंने आपको शुरू में जो इंटरेक्शन बताया, that is the passion which keeps me moving even at the age of 74. So don't feel when you get old. Go on the mission. Live each moment as if that is the last moment. तुरा से काम कीजिएगा, स्किल में काम कीजिए, पूरी डेडिकेशन से. We involved in that. And I am sure a day will come with your hard efforts when you can say, sitting silently, doing nothing, spring comes, grass grows by itself. Things start happening. इसी तरह महात्मा बुद्ध ने एक बार किसी ने कहा यार ये बड़ा है, वो आप कहोगे जी अभी तो जी इलिटरेसी बड़ी है जी, ये नहीं है, वो प्रॉब्लम्स तो क्रिएट होती, प्रॉब्लम्स रहती हैं. तो कहते हैं आप पृथ्वी पे स्वर्ग की बात करते हो तो ये कैसे आएगा स्वर्ग? कहते बात सुनो, वो तुमने पृथ्वी का कुछ हिस्सा आपने भी तो घेर रखा है, आप ही सुधर जाओ. कहते जब आप सुधर जाओगे तो आपका एक ऑरा होगा, और जब आप विचर करेंगे तो जो आप आसपास के लोग हैं वो आपसे प्रभावित होंगे. तो आप फैकल्टी हैं, आपने कितने लोगों की आगे, कितनी जनरेशंस को आपने आप ट्रेन करना. जस्ट थिंक ऑफ दैट. और उसके लिए आपको ये एक्सपेक्टेशन नहीं चाहिए कि कोई आपकी पीठ थपथपाएगा, और अच्छा काम करने के बाद आप अपनी पीठ अपने आप ही थपथपाइए. दैट इज द रियल ब्लिस. So because you are associated with the skill development program, so I'm just sharing my thought process with you. So this is what I delivered the lecture in Pune. Then the Visit Telangana team was also there. And then this was in Kerala, the second national summit was there, skill development ke upar. So I was also one of the delegates. So these are the curriculum development which I have already shared with you. So these are the textbooks which are developed. Immediately when the course content is made available to us, we are in constant touch with the PSSI, Bhopal. They provide us the course content and we immediately go in for tendering process and get the books printed. But till then, these are made available. We upload the course content, tell our school principals, take out one lesson, do photocopies, start transacting the curriculum so that there is no gap. So these are areas of concern. So let me see if the video can run. If
क्लिक कीजिए सर वीडियो के ऊपर.
सर आपकी वीडियो है इसमें लिंक.
हाँ वो हाइपरलिंक राइट पे क्लिक करके ना,
लाइए सर. मैं
अच्छा वो खोल दीजिए आप. मैं खोल एडमिट
लास्ट में
yeah. So it's only 8 minutes, then we have time 5-10 minutes. 8 minutes.
हर कोशिश में हो बार बार कर दरियाओं को आर पार आशाएं तूफानों को छीन के मंजिलों को छीन ले आशाएं मेरे दिल की उम्मीदें हंसे अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी नहीं कुछ भी आशाएं मेरे दिल की उम्मीदें हंसे अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी नहीं कुछ भी उड़ जाए लेके खुशी अपने संग तुझको वहाँ जन्नत से मुलाकात हो पूरी हो तेरी हर दुआ आशाएं मेरे दिल की उम्मीदें हंसे अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी नहीं कुछ भी आशाएं मेरे दिल की उम्मीदें हंसे अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी नहीं कुछ भी गुजरे ऐसी हर रात रात हो ख्वाहिशों से बात बात आशाएं लेकर सूरज से आग आग गाए जा अपना राग राग आशाएं कुछ ऐसा करके दिखा खुद खुश हो जाए खुदा आशाएं मेरे दिल की उम्मीदें हंसे अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी नहीं कुछ भी आशाएं मेरे दिल की उम्मीदें हंसे अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी नहीं कुछ भी से आग आग गाए जा अपना राग राग आशाएं कुछ ऐसा करके दिखा खुद खुश हो जाए खुदा आशाएं मेरे दिल की उम्मीदें हंसे अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी नहीं कुछ भी आशाएं मेरे दिल की उम्मीदें हंसे
Hello, my name is Shiksha Mishra and I am.
So this is students' feedback.
Ma'am,
So another
I
4-5 minutes if time permits.
Hi, I'm Mara and I will take the subject of PC because I would like to do something for the other person and I would like to save the other life and I will also make the future smile and I'm so happy to take the subject of PC and And my PC teacher is very best. Her name is Soni ma'am. She is very good. She is done with the medical and just like to learn the CPR for other person and how we have how we are teachers back of everyone. And she is very good. And my idol was like a mother character because I want to take it like this. And I am so happy to take this PC subject.
और सर कैसे
और इस बार मैंने बीमार हुए भी किया तो भी मेरे घर वालों को भी बहुत फायदा हुआ। मैं पढ़ाई भी लगा लेती हूँ, छोटी छोटी बहनों को बोलती हूँ, करे को सीखती हूँ, सिखाती हूँ मैं।
बहुत चेंज आया जी, पहले तो कोई पढ़ाई नहीं करता था, ऐसी करता बहुत बढ़िया हो गई, बहुत पढ़ते हैं।
जाके धीरे धीरे बताती मम्मी आज ये क्या है, आज वो क्या है। सरकार ने बहुत अच्छा काम किया है, आगे भी ऐसे करते रहेंगे तो बच्चे कुछ पढ़ते रहेंगे। हमें यही है, अब बच्चे कुछ अपने पैरों पे खड़े हो सकते हैं। तब हम मेरी हो जाते हैं। Actually, मेरे पास अपना मेरा बैच है, मिशन के असिस्टेंट और मेरे घर में जो गवर्नमेंट और हरियाणा का जो काला है जो बहुत ही अच्छा है। हमारे जो बच्चे हैं गवर्नमेंट सीनियर सेकेंडरी स्कूल से ये आगे जाके +2 के बाद इस सर्टिफिकेट हमें दे रहे हैं मिशन के असिस्टेंट का कि इसके सहारे अपने पैर पे खड़े हो सकते हैं। और बहुत हमारे सिलेबस है नेशनल एप्लीकेशन टारगेट को काफी डेवलप किया गया है। इसलिए हमारे बच्चे पेशे में आने वाली जो भी चीजें जो भी बहुत
अभी लास्ट ईयर से ये विद्यालय में शुरू किया गया था बीपीएम वेलनेस, क्योंकि गर्ल्स स्कूल है और लड़कियों का स्कूल होने के नाते लड़कियों का वैसे ही रुझान ज्यादा ब्यूटी की तरफ रहता है, तो बहुत सारे बच्चे चाहते हैं कि वो इसमें एडमिशन लें, क्योंकि और इसलिए मैं चाहूंगी कि ये आगे और इसमें ट्रेड में बच्चों की संख्या को बढ़ाने का प्रोविजन किया जाए।
Good morning. In our school, there are 2 streams learning under the program NS2F. One is IT stream and other is security. And I am very happy to say that both of these streams are doing pretty well in this school. Children are getting good exposure as they do field visits on quarterly basis, and they are getting guest teachers who come to our school to give them lectures, and they are getting confidence with these lectures and with their field visits. And I am very happy that children will be self-employed after these programs. Thank you.
अभी इसके बाद लेकिन हमारा इमोशनल नहीं समझ सकते, इमोशनल ऐसा क्योंकि हमारा सिचुएशन आने वाला है बहुत अच्छा।
Nice meeting you. So, thank you. Thank you. So, question answer now? Now.
Any query from DAV IIT Jalandhar? No query. No query, thank you. Feedback.
Thank you very much.
TTC Jodhpur.
No query.
So would you like to give any feedback? At TTC Jodhpur.
आप चालू है।
DIT Jhansi.
No, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Banda.
हेलो सर। हेलो हेलो सर।
हाँ जी बताइए।
हेलो।
हाँ जी बोलिए बोलिए।
हाँ सर बोलिए।
हाँ जी बताइए।
कोई क्वेश्चन है?
सर कोई क्वेरी नहीं है सर अभी। हेलो। एक्चुअली अभी यहाँ पर कोई है नहीं, इमरजेंसी मीटिंग पड़ गई इसलिए कोई है नहीं।
NC कॉलेज पानीपत।
NC कॉलेज।
No query, ma'am, and thanks for all the presentations.
ज्ञान ज्योति कॉलेज। ज्ञान ज्योति सर, डू यू हैव
टाइम है देने का अपना इंटरव्यू?
कुछ इस तरह का सेटअप कर लो ना, कुछ जनरल साइंस थोड़ा होता कुछ, मतलब नो कोई बेस्ड जैसे।
कौन बोल रहा है?
ज्ञान ज्योति कॉलेज।
Hello. Ma'am, no question from our side. Jnanjyoti College.
नहीं, कम से कम आप हमें बताइएगा कि कहीं अगर इस तरह का प्रोग्राम करना है तो वो कौन से सेशंस हैं कि जो हम ड्रॉपिंग एंड व्हाट मोर सेशन वी शुड ऐड। कोई सुझाव आपकी तरफ से है इस प्रोग्राम को बेहतर बनाने के लिए?
हेलो हेलो हेलो, मैं बुंदेलखंड इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग एंड टेक्नोलॉजी से बोल रही हूँ सर। सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है, जैसे वी आर इंजीनियरिंग एंड टेक्नोलॉजी इंस्टीट्यूट्स, और ये जो ब्यूटी वेलनेस स्किल्स के प्रोग्राम है, डांस प्रोग्राम है, क्योंकि हमारे पास रेजिडेंशियल कैंपस भी है तो, और हमारे पास इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर भी अवेलेबल है, बट हमारे पास ये कोर्सेज चलते नहीं है, इसलिए इसकी हमारे पास स्किल्ड मैन पावर नहीं है, टीचर्स नहीं है इस फील्ड में। तो क्या हम इस तरीके के कोर्सेज को यहाँ पे स्टार्ट करा सकते हैं, रूटीन में स्टार्ट करा सकते हैं, जो कि हमारे मतलब फैकल्टी के स्टूडेंट्स के लिए, बच्चों के लिए हो, चिल्ड्रन के लिए, और जो इंटरेस्टेड स्टूडेंट्स हो उनके लिए हो? तो क्या हमारी इंस्टीट्यूट इसके लिए अप्लाई कर सकती है?
No, because basically this question relates to your technical education department, whereas I am from school education department. But certainly, being in the skill development program, I would rather recommend and suggest, because the students are to go up in the ladder, and there has to be mapping of various skills with the higher end courses. Even if the students, they take up engineering courses, if these courses are done as an add-on courses, वो कहते हैं ना सोने पे सुहागा, that type of impact these will create. So it's better you approach your cadre controlling authority and the technical education department or the state skill mission, and the suggestion is really good and pragmatic, and this can work wonders. And when the infrastructure is there, facilities is there, if an engineering student can also do some add-on skills, acquire add-on skills, because nowadays, even if a teacher is there, physics teacher is there, unless and until he is IT technically cooked as an IT person, he cannot do justice with that. So similarly, an engineering person, because you have to do a multi-dimensional growth of a person. And for that multi-dimensional growth of a person, there has to be tranquility and peace in the life of a person. So learning music as a skill, learning beauty and wellness as a skill, that enhances the aura of a person. So your suggestion is really good. If the students by aptitude, by interest, are interested to acquire these additional skills, we must go in for that. कि gone are the days के ऊपर एक नमक और हल्दी और चाय की पत्ती करके दुकानदार का भी गुजारा हो जाता था और काम भी होता था, कि नीड से नहीं थी। और आज तक अगर वो शॉपिंग मॉल की तरह चाय पत्ती के साथ दूसरी चीजें नहीं रखता, थोड़ी सी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स की नहीं रखता, तो उसकी बिक्री नहीं होती। तो क्वेश्चन इज हेयर सेम, अगर एक आदमी के पास मल्टी स्किल्स है, क्योंकि जॉब सिनेरियो वर्किंग वर्ल्ड में जो वर्ल्ड ऑफ वर्क है उसमें सिनेरियो रोज चेंज होता जा रहा है, तो वन कैन स्टेप इन फ्रॉम वन टू अनदर। और अगर बड़े बड़े मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट है, आपने देखा होगा उनकी भी कई सिस्टर कंसर्न है, वहां पर भी वो एक ही चीज की बजाय कई तरह की चीजें कर रही हैं। सो योर सजेशन इज रियली गुड एंड इट वी मस्ट योर डिपार्टमेंट मस्ट टेक नोट ऑफ दिस। डू सेंड देम द सजेशन, लेट अस सी। ओके, हाँ जी, नेक्स्ट। हाँ जी, बोलिए।
सजेशंस पूछो
जी, बताइए।
हाँ हाँ सही।
सजेशन भी बताइए इस कोर्स के बारे में। जैसे प्रोफेसर सैनी उन्होंने आपसे कहा कि आप इस कोर्स में जो भी आज तक टॉपिक्स कवर हुए हैं उनमें कोई टॉपिक ड्रॉप करवाना चाहते हैं या मॉडिफिकेशन चाहते हैं या कोई नए टॉपिक्स और ऐड करवाना चाहते हैं, इसके बारे में इस प्रोग्राम को और इम्प्रूव करने के लिए आपकी सजेशंस है वो भी साथ में दीजिए।
हेलो। हाँ जी सर। सर जैसा कि हमने तो सभी लेक्चर्स अटेंड किए, जिसमें से प्रोफेसर सैनी साहब ने हमारी काफी सारी क्वेरीज थी प्रधानमंत्री कौशल विकास योजना पे, उन्होंने।
हाँ जी।
मैम आपका माइक में से आवाज नहीं आ रही है। मैम सिस्टम के पास आ जाइए, आपके माइक से आवाज नहीं आ रही है।
हेलो। हाँ, एम आई ऑडिबल सर?
हाँ, यस यस।
हाँ जी सर। तो सजेशन ये है थोड़ा सा कि जैसे हमने एक सभी एक कॉमन हमने स्किल डेवलपमेंट या स्किल उस पे सुना। हम अगर एक एग्जांपल ले लेते, जैसे प्रधानमंत्री कौशल विकास योजना जो अभी करंटली चल रहा है और कम से कम 3000 इंस्टीट्यूट्स में चल रहा है, तो उसका हम एक आध एग्जांपल ले लेते और उसी को हम पूरा उसका फॉर्म फिलिंग से लेके एप्लीकेशन और उसका फंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन और वो एक केस स्टडी करके हम करते, तो वो होना चाहिए था। अगर होता तो ज्यादा बेनिफिशियल होता, क्योंकि आज 664 कोर्सेज जो है 3000 इंस्टीट्यूट्स में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हुए हैं। अभी भी उसकी पूरी मतलब अभी भी उसमें हम लोग क्वेश्चंस उसमें आ रहे हैं हम लोगों को, जबकि कोर्स चल रहा है और इट इज अंडर रनिंग स्टेज। वो क्वेश्चंस जैसे जैसे हम उसमें प्रैक्टिकली इन्वॉल्व हो रहे हैं वैसे वैसे क्वेश्चंस हमारे रेज होते जा रहे हैं, तो वो चीज थोड़ी सी हो जाती तो ज्यादा और ठीक रहता।
Your suggestion is very well taken, and we'll see to it next time when we organize a program on skill development. We'll have a session on wherein we discuss the documentation process for getting enrolled as training institution. Or alternatively, we can think of bringing in a case study, an organization which can share total experience of applying, submitting application, facing the interview process, then mobilizing resources and thereafter launching the program, tracking the candidate. So we'll inbuild a case study in our next program. Suggestion is noted.
Okay sir, thank you sir.
So deviate. ठीक है, deviate Jalandhar. So now we are having our valedictory session also along with this session. So you can give your feedback as well as you can suggest us that in the future which lecture we can add and which lectures we can drop. So that feedback you can give, and with this all your documents you need to send your feedback forms also that already have been sent to your mail IDs. मेल आईडी में आपको दे दिया गया है, प्लीज वो कॉपी करके अपने फीडबैक फॉर्म भरवा के हमें यहाँ पे भेजिएगा। सो डेविएट जलंधर से।
माइक के आगे कर दिए।
Thank you so much, sir. It was a very informative 5-day session. About the course, it is there that some of the practical things, like in the morning session, was very much interactive. Then there was a detailed knowledge about the different skills and different skill centers which can be opened. Then the procedure how the centers can be opened up. Then certain persons were introduced probably yesterday or day before yesterday. Certain ladies came here on the screen and they talked about the different areas they are working. And overall, it was very good session. But what I feel is that what we can do is that in the times to come, we can make it more interactive for the remote centers. Probably if certain exercises are given or certain workshop is conducted in such a way that there is a two-way communication. And was a very, I mean to say panel discussion was a thing where in fact the center, knitter and the different remote centers interacted. Those kind of things can be promoted in the times to come. Thank you so much, sir.
And do you think you would be in a position to start any skill development program in your area?
Sure, sir.
So do let us know if we could be of any help in mobilizing, resources for that center. And I think so each institution needs to open at least 1 to 2 programs. So then only the outcome of this program is some action should get initiated at different levels.
Definitely, sir, will take initiative in this.
TTC Jodhpur.
Yes, sir.
हाँ जी बताइए.
Sir, like some industries, there are very good trainers, but their management, they are not interested and they try to evade their social responsibility. So how means there should be some proposal from ministry side or like that, so that they can be bound during applying their 10 number or whatever ministries deal them, so that they cannot avoid their responsibility. And because very good training can be achieved through hands-on experience only in live industry.
Well, from time to time, Government of India has been coming out with new schemes and legislations, and corporate social responsibility has now become a something which is mandatory for certain level of companies. But those who are not covered under that, they can of course avoid this thing. But there again, our suggestion would be, you see, corporate social responsibility need to be considered like a religion, and just like people from every religion, they go for performing puja to their respective places. Similarly, depending upon the level of a organization, if it is a small organization, maybe they need to take up some small activity wherein they can help educational institution in providing exposure to technical institution students and providing training on the job. Similarly, even service sector need to play some role in it. They may not be, this thing dedicating part of their profit under CSR, but at least they can definitely take up some activity pertaining to providing exposure, then providing training to the student, industrial visit, and by way of deputing experts. Not all industries are going to do that. We cannot force those who are unwilling to undertake such activity, but at least those who are willing to take up and those who can be motivated. So let's try to mobilize them and let's try to benefit from their inputs.
And sir, one more thing. Hello.
हाँ जी बताइए.
Sir, that in some sessions, some content was such that it was more or less a report of what work they have done. It should not be only the work done report. It should be some new skills which should be delivered, so that the audience can learn from that.
We'll try to avoid that. We have even taken note of, there were some presentation wherein PPTs were not very effective, and maybe even simply the word file was presented. You people would have found difficulty in reading that material. So at the end of session, we try to brief our speaker and potential speakers. They are definitely going to be they are going to be asked to prepare their presentations well, avoid repetition. But when you have a speaker from different organizations, so some amount of repetition does take place. So we'll try to avoid in future this presentation of status report, and rather than presenting report, what exactly is the learning which has taken place from that report, that need to be included.
Yes.
And tell us that what new 2-3 things you have learned during this program, because you know in these 5 days program we cannot make you so much learn it in 5 days, but if you learn 1 or 2 things new, then the purpose of this short term program will be solved. Then थोड़ा सा ये बताइए कि क्या 1-2 नई चीजें सीखी आपने इसमें.
Sir, like the mobile repairing PPT was there in some video, and some common troubleshooting was there. Similarly, how on a smart website we can fill parameters on skill management and accreditation. How we can apply for that. These are some focal skills that are. Yeah, that was very informative. Rural development, yes. And sir, one more thing, that some export related activities, export related skills, they should be promoted, so that we can outsource our skills, and we can generate some foreign revenue. So foreign
okay.
Related, or you want to immigrate some of the people?
No, not to immigrate the people, but the trainers, means those local trainers, they give those who have set some good targets, those who are successful, they should train the local people how to export and how to get business to foreign.
Okay, that's the business you are talking about.
Okay. So another college. कौन सा है मैडम? भाई महासिंह college. Bhai Mahasingh College. So what are the new things you have learned from this 5 days program?
हेलो
हाँ जी, कौन सी नई चीजें सीखी आपने?
सर, मोबाइल रिपेयरिंग के जो वीडियोस थे, that was very interesting.
Okay.
From Repair Guru, I think, but it needs some subscription for that videos. And this session is very good. And first of all, I would like to thank all the organizers of this program, Skill India. I would also like to thank all the experts who gave their precious knowledge to us. Really, it was a very good program and we enjoyed a lot. All the experts talks are very good, but I like 2 expert talks very much. First of all, the role of startups by Mr. Ajay Godara, and second was Mr. Nikhil on the role of mobile repairing. Some videos that was very interesting. This kind of programs are very useful for our country, or we can say young country, as our Prime Minister described it. Because this time every young Indian wants a government job, but we know this is not possible. So we have to start some startups, own business, and this kind of programs will help us to generate skilled labor. So this skill program, the Skill India program, is very useful, and I would like to thank again also Dr. Goyal and his technical team. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for your feedback. Now another college, madam. बांदा रहने दीजिए. बुंदेलखंड.
हेलो,
ये बुंदेलखंड है.
हाँ जी सर, मैं बुंदेलखंड इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग एंड टेक्नोलॉजी से बोल रही हूँ.
हाँ जी बताइए मैडम.
हाँ जी सर, ये जो 5 days प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट हुआ था स्किल इंडिया पे, इसके डे 1 से डे 5 तक हर सेशन बहुत ही नॉलेज वाइज इट वाज वेरी गेनफुल. एवरी सेशन वाज गेनफुल, नॉलेज वाइज इट वाज वेरी बेनिफिशियल. एंड द अदर थिंग इज दैट we ourselves are running one
आवाज आ रही है हम आपकी, आप बोलिए.
तो अभी am I audible?
हाँ जी बताइए.
हाँ जी सर. So as far as feedback is concerned, the course was timely organized and it was very beneficial. And as far as lectures are concerned, sessions are concerned, I would prefer Dr. J.S. Saini's lecture and Dr. Bajwa's lecture, which was most important from current contemporary issues point of view, because already we are running one course under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, and there were many questions, many like which we were unable to get the response from AICT, and even we were sending the mail to Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana email ID, whatever was provided to us, but still we couldn't get the reply, we couldn't get the proper support from those particular email IDs or from those particular support systems. But during these lectures, all our queries related to these schemes and related to this related questions were got solved. And I think these 2 lectures and other lectures also, even Dr. Godara, Ajay Godara, had explained he had given a very good example of entrepreneurship and like how we can start with vehicles and manufacturing, etc. So I think that was also very gainful from for BTech projects point of view, and for BTech students to go to plan further in their career. So the overall course was very gainful, and I don't think that any of the lecture was absolute kind of thing. Each and every lecture was important and it should have been there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Another madam. Gyan Jyoti. Gyan Jyoti College.
Good afternoon, sir.
हाँ जी.
Gyan Jyoti College. So it was a nice session on Skill India by Mr. Amit Goyal, Assistant Professor in IITR. We thank Mr. Amit Goyal for this nice session from the central government funded institute and IITR. Sir, we had nice sessions on mobile repair by NIOS, which was a nice session. They showed us how to start a startup in mobile repairing by showing a video on mobile repairing, which covered the practical aspects of mobile repair rather than covering the theoretical part. He was going into the practical part, which was a good and involving part, which was a good aspect rather than going into the presentation part. So that was very interesting and motivating. Our students also participated in that event, and they also were giving a positive feedback for that video and session. And sir, we had one session in which there was talk about renewable energy startups. Being an electrical background, I'm a assistant professor in HOD electrical department. So that session was very interesting. That how can we start up in this sector also, renewable energy, that is solar part. This sector is being not there is lack of startup in this sector, and this sector was covered by our expert in this session, which was very interesting. And overall, if we talk about our institute has applied for 3 to 4 courses, and हमारे को फंडिंग नहीं आ रही थी वहाँ से, तो कहाँ पे फंडिंग में प्रॉब्लम आ रही थी वहाँ को गाइडेंस मिली है इस सेशन के थ्रू, और आई एम श्योर we'll be able to find our right path to get that funding part. So basically, in the crux form, I would say that this was a good session and a learning prospect. ये सेशन हमने पहली बार अटेंड किया है स्किल इंडिया के ऊपर, और ये हमारे लिए अच्छा एक प्लेटफॉर्म रहा है. तो आई थैंक मिस्टर अमित गोयल, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर, फॉर दिस सेशन. थैंक यू वेरी मच सर.
Thank you. Thank you for your feedback. That's it, madam. सेंटर कौन सा है?
एनसी कॉलेज पानीपत.
हाँ, एनसी कॉलेज पानीपत. एनसी कॉलेज.
हेलो.
हाँ जी, बताइए सर. एनसी कॉलेज.
हेलो.
हाँ जी.
यस सर.
बताइए.
नो क्वेश्चन सर.
क्वेश्चन थोड़ा
फीडबैक.
Who is sitting there? Just introduce yourself.
हेलो.
हाँ जी, बताइए. आप फीडबैक देखना है. बैठ जाइए थोड़ा, आप कैमरे में नहीं आ रहे हैं.
You are alone sitting there. Hello. You are alone there.
हेलो.
हाँ जी, अकेले ही हैं वहां पे. हेलो.
We are from NC College of Engineering, sir.
हाँ जी, your feedback.
Yes, sir. It was a nice session, sir, and especially for students of technical institutions who are looking to set up the own entrepreneur, want to become entrepreneurs. It was very useful for those people, and the students who are having a good academic record but who are lacking in technical skills, they also get good information from your program, and they can tie up with these organizations who are working in these areas, skill development areas, and they can do those courses in these skill organizations also. It was a nice program, sir. Thank you for the program.
Thank you. बांदा हो गया मैडम. कोई बांदा में नहीं है. बांदा हो गया.
झांसी से बोल रहे हैं.
बांदा हो गया. चलिए, now we are having feedback from our in-house participants. So आप में से एक दो लोग.
सर, पहले हम लोग स्किल इंडिया के बारे में सुनते थे, बट हम लोग जीरो थे, शून्य थे कि स्किल इंडिया क्या प्रोग्राम है, क्या मैजिक है गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की. लेकिन यहाँ इस कोर्स से पता लगा कि स्किल इंडिया से हम कुछ अपने यूथ को और कुछ भारत को करने जा रहे हैं, और कैसे हम कर सकते हैं, क्या क्या उसमें प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट होगी, और उस प्रॉब्लम के रिजॉल्व के बारे में भी प्रोफेसर सैनी ने हम लोगों से चर्चा की थी. तो हम लोग अवेयर हुए कि स्किल इंडिया का प्रोग्राम क्या है, मूल रूप से उसके एम्स और ऑब्जेक्टिव्स को समझ सके.
काफी कुछ जानकारियां ऑनलाइन है, ये सब उन लोग को पता ही नहीं.
तो अभी वो ऑनलाइन जो सुविधा है उसका इस्तेमाल कर सकेंगे आप.
एक्चुअली सर, वी फील्स की स्किल इंडिया में केवल जो है बंगलिंग हो रही है इसके नाम पर, और केवल मनी का जो है मिसयूज हो रहा है, जो हम लोग फील कर रहे हैं. यहाँ आने पर लगा कि नहीं, सम व्हाट वी कैन गेट.
और कुछ काम भी हो रहा है.
यस,
उसके बारे में भी कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन मिली है.
Actually, I have been assigned the role to start a course in the institute, my institute, with this Skill India program. So it was an eye-opener program for me. It was very informative, and I am very much satisfied with the program, and I hope I will be able to start some courses in my institute with the help of this course. I'm very thankful to all the faculty members and all the experts who were presented very nicely in this program.
तो अभी रास्ता खुल गया है आगे काम शुरू करने के लिए.
रास्ता खुल गया है.
Next.
Really a nice program.
Sir, as I am working as lecturer under community college in Bhinder Polytechnic College,
So it is very much beneficial for me to train my students as well as colleagues.
एक मेरा सजेशंस था इसमें सर।
हाँ जी,
जरूर। जैसे हम लोग जीरो से है, बिगिनर्स हैं, तो हमको कहीं एक्चुअल साइट पर भी अगर विजिट कराया जाए तो थोड़ा मोटिवेशन हो सकता है।
एक्चुअली ये आईसीटी बेस्ड प्रोग्राम में विजिट कराना संभव नहीं हो पाता क्योंकि हमारे साथ सारे और भी सेंटर्स जुड़ते हैं, तो हम कॉन्टैक्ट मोड में भी इस प्रोग्राम को चलाते हैं। तो उस कॉन्टैक्ट मोड में आप प्रोग्राम को अटेंड कर सकते हैं। उसमें हम कई जगह पे फील्ड विजिट एंड प्रैक्टिकली विच इज हैपनिंग ऑन द ग्राउंड वो भी हम आपको दिखाते हैं। तो वो कॉन्टैक्ट मोड में ही संभव हो सकता है, इस वाले मोड में वो संभव नहीं है। हाँ जी बिल्कुल, कई स्किल इंडिया के ऊपर हमारा नियर फ्यूचर में भी प्रोग्राम है, आपको डेट सर्कुलेट कर दी जाएंगी। और
ये प्रोग्राम एक्चुअली हम लोगों को बहुत इसलिए पार्टिसिपेशन भी यहाँ पे कम होगा।
हमारी वेबसाइट को आप समय समय पर देखते रहिएगा।
एक्चुअली सब डायरेक्टर और प्रिंसिपल्स का है, पार्टिसिपेंट्स का नहीं है। तो अगर उनको प्रायर इंफॉर्मेशन हो नॉमिनेशन के लिए, एक्चुअली वी हैव बीन नॉमिनेटेड ऑन 20th। तो with Tatkal ticket we came here. So many problems are before the program is assigned.
So thank you so much for your feedback. Now first I would like to request Dr. J.S. Saini to kindly please say a few words for this closing ceremony, sir. यहीं से बोल देते सर, यहीं से।
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as they say, you know, all good things comes to an end, and this program that way is no exception. It has to come to an end. So we are going to close the program. We have already taken your feedback, and whatever input I was to give, I have given input in 2-3 sessions. At the end, I would only like to say one thing. Number one, all training center, remote center, they need to take the ICT program little more seriously. At times what we find is sometimes some people are coming, others are going, and at times we find very thin attendance. So my request to all center is, as and when we have such like program, let's improve upon the attendance. Let's attend the program in a disciplined manner. That's one. Number two, you see, quality of the program improves based on the suggestions which come from the participants. Our course coordinator, Dr. Amit Goyal, must have sent you a feedback form. Please fill up that form and do send us all these forms back at NITR Chandigarh. So that will help us in planning a better program next time. All your suggestions with regard to in building, you know, case studies or introducing little element of practical wherever possible. So we'll try to do that in our future programs. And my request to all of you, whatever little you can do in the area of skill development, try to do that and try to consider it as your corporate social responsibility. Legally, it may not be binding on your part to organize such program, but it's our duty. Each one of us need to contribute something towards skill development. So I don't want to take much of your time. Once again, I would like to thank all of you for attending this program so carefully. You were all involved in this program. So thank you very much, and we look forward to having you connected for some other program in days to come. Thank you very much.
So thank you, Dr. J.S. Saini. Now I would like to request our head of the department, Dr. U.N. Roy, to say a few words.
So all my fellow colleagues here from the studio, the participants from the studio, and all the participants from the respective centers at the 7 places. So we are very thankful that you got connected for this program. This was a program on Skill India, and it was an important program in the field of skill development. So you might have learned from this program, and you can organize various programs there. As Professor Saini said, that corporate social responsibility, that most of the corporates, they have to devote about 2% of their income for this CSR activities. So as a citizen, this is our responsibility. As a teacher, it becomes our responsibility to provide some services to the society also. So from that angle, many of the engineering colleges and polytechnics, they are joining hands. already the polytechnics are working under some scheme that we presented related to the CDTP scheme or something like that. But the engineering colleges are joining hands so that we can reach to the masses in a better and effective manner. So it is an opportunity for the engineering colleges also to serve the society, and the youth who are unemployed or the young people who are unemployed, we can train them in different vocations so that they can fetch better employment nearby, and so that we can build our nations. So that is the objective of this program, or the objective of the Government of India also, by running this scheme of Skilled India. So let us improve upon our weaknesses so that we can provide more opportunities to train our people so that they are better employed, and they can get better opportunities inside the country and outside the world. So that should be our objective, and from that angle this program was organized. I hope all the speakers, they have contributed a lot in these sessions. So we thank all the speakers also, and we are also thankful to Mr. Amit Goel, who has taken initiative for organizing this program. So I think overall this program was well organized. There was some gap, I know, under the ICT program. We are unable to monitor the activities, but it all depends on the local coordinators. So local coordinators will identify such local coordinators in future who can organize the things at the local level, because we are unable to manage from here that we can control everybody from here. So that will not be our approach, but will be depending on the director and the local coordinator there, so that we'll have a better connectivity. And I am very much thankful to Professor Diwakar Singh Yadavji, who is the director at both the places, at BIT Jhansi as well as Government Engineering College Banda, because he has been in contact with us for the last 2-3 years when he was at Lucknow. So from that point he has been working with us, and in near future also we'll be organizing some programs in various fields, maybe related to management, maybe related to the technical areas. Thank you very much.
Excuse me, sir, one question. Sir, sir, presently our director is changed, BIT Jhansi, Professor V.K. Tyagi. Okay, sir. So that's for your kind information. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So we thank the present director.
So we are thankful to the present director. Anyway, he was the initiator, right?
So thank you so much, Dr. Roy, for your valuable suggestions and valuable support to organize this short-term program. So at the end, I would like to request our expert also, so that to say a few words, so that they all can be encouraged. Sir, yahin se baithe bol dijiye.
I'm really grateful and thankful to the organizers of this program, having invited me for this. Now I deal with the school education, but that being that comes under the concept of kids and young. Unless until the foundations are well laid, the building, the structure, that can get demolished. So this is how with school education program, the skills have been started. Now there are multiple strategies so far as Skill India program is concerned, as I already shared with the audience. That is formal, non-formal, semi-skilled, skilled, RPF and all that. So we have to join hands. And NITR, I know I have been coming to NITR, and Professor Sani, I'm really grateful to him. He has been associating me with the various these initiatives or the functions or the workshops conducted by NITR. And NITR is really doing a wonderful job. Really wonderful job. Not at the national level, at international level also. They have organized a number of conferences and workshops. So, and this is the need of the hour, and the nation needs it. And this institute is contributing a lot. And I wish that they continue to do it with a much bigger speed and efforts, and these efforts, I'm sure, will bring fruits. And the future generation and the present one and the faculties at different locations who are benefited by the programs being organized by you, they'll be grateful. Once Dr. Amrik Singh, the former Vice Chancellor of Patiala University, and after that he settled in Delhi, and we used to call him for orientation programs. He said the best contribution of the teacher is not that the students remember the teacher when they are in the institution. Then the best tribute or the best, the blessings which a teacher derives is when the student passes out, settles, and continues to remember, okay, I was taught by such and such. Now it is through ICT program that responsibility and that the task is being handled by the editor. And see how many people are involved through the programs which are being organized by this institution. So this is really wonderful and amazing, and I have all the blessings for the institution and the faculty which are doing day and night. And every passing day, there is a program. There is some sort of program. There is some sort of workshop. And whenever I try to contact some faculty, they say they are there and joining some work, or they are working on some other agendas and all that. And when you had organized that, Professor Anand, he was doing it on moral education and all that.
Very good.
I mean, not confined to the specified area for which the nature is there, multidimensional. So I'm really grateful and highly touched with the efforts which they are, and I wish all the success.
Thanks for your input, sir. You see, we operate in higher education system. You are in school education system, but higher education system cannot succeed without the support of school education system. So that you are our feeder system, and particularly with a view to make this NSQF a success. Unless we do adequate work, a quality work at school level, so higher education will not be in a position to take it forward. So thank you for your input.
So that's why कहते हैं एक हाथ से ताली नहीं बजती, वो तो मिस्टिक्स ही बजाते हैं. दो हाथ से ताली की साउंड अपनी है. तो unless until the school and the higher education they act in unison, and the East, there is a semblance between the East and the West, the world cannot progress. And this is the efforts the institution is making.
So thank you so much, sir, for your valuable words. So at the end, I would like to thank our head of the department, Dr. UN Roy, as well as Dr. J.S. Saini, who is the real power behind this program, because I am conducting this program at the first time. So he is the main power to guide me how to conduct this program. So I am very thankful to you, sir, for guiding me for the conduct of this 5 days program on Skill India. And I'd like to thank our expert, Mr. KK Agnihotri ji, who accepted our invitation at a very short notice, and he came here to deliver his talk on the school education, because school education is very important part in case of Skill India, in case of skill development in our country. So I would like to thank our staff member also for doing all the efforts for organizing this short-term program, and last but not the least, the ETV department and Madam Monica, who is with us during all 5 days, and all the centers are connected by her only, and she made all the efforts so that uninterrupted session can be organized in this program. So at the end, thank you one and all who are associated with this program. So thank you so much. We'll meet again. Please send your bills as well as feedback form in time so that they can be processed in time.